Welcome to the fantasy audiobook. Rebirth. My aloof school beauty girlfriend is too sweet. Chapter 41. Shock. Tang Yunren hurriedly came out of Zhang Che's arms. What to do? After being caught by her third brother won't be violent to Zhang Che later, right? Third brother, please listen to my explanation. It's none of Zhang Che's business. It's just that I accidentally fall, Tang Faizan said after Tang Yunren's words. Ah, well, yes, I accidentally tripped myself. I knew as soon as I came out just now that it must be like this. You have been walking like this since you were a child. You are the same. He is still injured. If you fall on him, you are not afraid of causing him secondary harm. Tang Faizan said and came to Zhang Che's side. I'm sorry, my sister has caused trouble for you. It's okay, no trouble, she's very light. It's not light. This girl weighs 100 pounds. Brother, how can she tell her weight? 100 pounds is just right. Zhang Che told the truth. The girl weighed less than 100, and either had small breasts or was short. Zhang Che looked in front of Tang Yunren. Although he hadn't tried it, his visual inspection should have AC, maybe even bigger. In other places, the waist is thin and the legs are long, and the proportions are quite good. Stay for dinner tonight. Tang Faizan greeted Zhang Che warmly. You're welcome, it's just a simple effort, you don't need to take it too seriously. Zhang Che also wanted to stay for dinner, but his brother-in-law was very wise and he was afraid that the clues would be discovered by then. In the end, Zhang Che left despite Tang Faizan's kind solicitation. Tang Faizan sent Zhang Che to the gate of the community before returning. Third brother, is he gone? Tang Faizan came to Tang Yunren with strange eyes, making Tang Yunren confused. Third brother, why are you looking at me like this? It feels weird. Shaoran, tell me honestly, are you attracted to him? When Tang Faizan asked this question, Tang Yunren made a careful thump. Third brother, what did you say? No, it's nothing. I'm going back to the room. You stuttered when you said no. Also, you just took off his clothes when you came up. I'm not telling you, Shaoran, you are also the school belle after all, can you be more reserved? I admit that he is handsome. But no matter how handsome you are, you can't just pounce on him. I don't know who was lying in his arms just now and not coming out. Okay, Shaoran, you have learned to eat other people's tofu. Third brother, what are you talking about? I fell down just now. I just happened to fall into his arms. This is the reason I made up for you. Do you think I am a 3-year-old child? Just now you were lying in his arms and staring at him infatuatedly. It was obvious that you did it on purpose. Get into people's arms. I don't deny it. This Zhang Che is quite good. He is handsome, has a good personality, and is brave enough to do justice. I have no objection. Tang Faizan interrupted Tang Yunren and said. Tang Yunren tilted her head and looked at Tang Faizan. Tang Faizan got up from the sofa, reached out and patted Tang Yunren on the shoulder. I said, if you really like him, I don't object. Not only do I not object, I also agree with it. Good boys like him are rare nowadays. There is no such store after this village. Tang Yunren was a little confused. Third brother, I remember you told me not to fall in love too early, but you also said that no man is good. I have indeed said this before, but I said that because I didn't want you to be by a pig. This Zhang Che is really good. If you can really follow him in the future, I will feel relieved. At this time, Tang Yunren's memory was a little confused. There was another memory in her mind, which was Tang Faizan's words in the previous life when he gritted his teeth and cursed Zhang Che. Zhang Che, this fool. How dare you treat my sister like this? I really want to chop him to death. Shaoran, Tang Faizan shouted twice before pulling Tang Yunren back from her thoughts. Shaoran, look what this is. Tang Faizan clicked on WeChat, which was the friend he had just added. I've sent him a message on WeChat for you, why don't you add him? Tang Yunren blinked her eyes dryly, her mind unable to buffer herself for the moment. Why are you still hanging around? Hurry up. Tang Faizan was impatient and picked up Tang Yunren's cell phone. I will do it myself. Tang Yunren took back her mobile phone from Tang Faizan's hand. She has added Zhang Che to WeChat a long time ago. If Tang Faizan sees it, how will the situation develop next? She does not know. 9 times out of 10, it will get out of control. Night. Zhang Che edited a message and sent it to Tang Yunren. Your third brother doesn't suspect anything, right? After seeing this news and thinking of what Tang Faizan said to her, Tang Yunren felt indescribably weird. That's good. After Zhang Che returned home, he always felt a little guilty. He was so impulsive at the time that if he hadn't pulled Tang Yunren into his arms, Tang Faizan wouldn't have caught him. Although he gave a perfunctory explanation in the end, what if Tang Faizan was already suspicious? The more I thought about it, the more worried I became, and finally sent a message to Tang Yunren. Ding! Tang Yunren sent a message. How is your injury? Much better. Afraid that Tang Yunren wouldn't believe it, Zhang Che took off his shirt, took a photo in the mirror and sent it. Tang Yunren looked at the injury on her back that was still swollen, and her brows wrinkled visibly. Isn't it still very swollen? Zhang Che made a dumbfounded expression. What I applied was medicine, not fairy dew. It will take at least a week for the swelling to subside, right? Have you applied any medicine after taking a bath? Not yet. Why haven't you applied it yet? Hurry up. My sister is watching a TV show. I'll let her apply it after she finishes watching it. Let your sister apply it. Your sister is not gentle or serious. How dare you let her apply it? Zhang Che had a puzzled look on his face. How do you know if my sister is gentle or not? Do you know her very well? Not good. Just now she exposed herself in a hurry. She did know Zhang Yuan very well, but that was in her previous life, and she had a particularly good relationship with Zhang Yuan in her previous life. Zhang Yuan liked her very much, and would talk endlessly in her ears every time they met. Such an innocent girl, it's a pity that she didn't meet her husband. When she has the chance to meet Zhang Yuan, she will find a way to help Zhang Yuan get rid of the tragic fate of his previous life. Ignoring Zhang Yuan for now, she had to get the matter out of the way quickly. Didn't you often tell me that your sister is careless? It turned out to be what he said. Tang Yunren was worried that Zhang Che would continue to think wildly, so she immediately changed the topic. Are you working out during this time? Tang Yunren stared at the photo. The muscle lines were so beautiful that there was nothing to say. She also experienced it personally in the afternoon. She was extremely strong and strong. The male hormones were so full. As she thought about it, Tang Yunren couldn't help but blush and her heart beat up. Love experience value plus 452. When he saw Tang Yunren chatting about his figure, he still cared about Mao Xian's sister. I get up early every morning and run in the morning and exercise in the evening. There are also systems. Are you so diligent? Tang Yunren was curious. Don't you like playing games very much? Why are you not addicted to games anymore? Zhang Che really likes to play games. When he was in college in his previous life, he often saw Zhang Che holding his mobile phone, playing in the cafeteria, playing under the tree, and even holding his mobile phone while going to the toilet. Even after marrying her, I would rather play games than rest after work. This girl really investigated all his preferences thoroughly. When they get together in the future, he must ask her why she likes him so much. It can't really be just because he's handsome, right? If we only look at his appearance, although he was handsome in his previous life, he was just a class idol and not quite as good as the school idol. It's harmless to play something like a game occasionally for fun and entertainment, but you can't treat it as a job all day long. If you die on it, you will suffer a loss. After Zhang Che said this, he sighed. Tang Yunren looked at this paragraph and raised her hands to hold it in her heart. She had suspected it before, and was 90% sure that Zhang Che was reborn. Now she was almost certain. But the thing that she couldn't figure out was, if Zhang Che was really reborn, why would he be so nice to her? She thought that maybe it was because Zhang Che felt guilty about her, so he wanted to make it up to her. But that doesn't make sense. He didn't know about the things she secretly did for him until his death, so how could he feel guilty and make it up to her? If she hadn't been unable to figure this out, she would be 100% sure that Zhang Che was reborn. In addition to this guess, she also had another guess. But it couldn't be because of the butterfly effect caused by her rebirth that Zhang Che changed. There are also things during the day. She was waiting for Tang Faizan to pick her up at school, but he didn't come after waiting for so long, so she went back alone. After returning, Tang Faizan was not seen back and he did not answer his phone calls. She suddenly remembered something. When she was a freshman in her previous life, her third brother was retaliated for pointing out a thief in the supermarket and his leg was broken. Counting the days, it's almost the end of the semester. She was anxious at that time, and hurriedly opened the door to go out, and then she saw her third brother and Zhang Che coming back together. Her third brother was indeed retaliated against, but because of Zhang Che's intervention, what happened before changed its course. Maybe it was a series of butterfly effects after her rebirth. Therefore, based on these two-word guesses, Tang Yunren felt that the latter was very likely. As for whether Zhang Che was reborn like her, it remains to be verified. Zhang Che put down his phone and gestured to his tight muscles in the mirror. Women like strong men. Tomorrow morning he will get up 10 minutes earlier and exercise more frequently. He wanted that little girl to be obsessed with her. Dang dang, there was a knock on the door. Come in. You don't need to look to know that Zhang Yuan is here. Just now he asked her to come over and help him apply the medicine. Zhang Yuan was staring at the computer to catch up on the drama. He just missed getting into the screen and doing CP at a close range. There were also various kinds of horrifying sounds coming out of his mouth. It's like a rooster crowing. Seeing her like that, he didn't dare to disturb her. He was afraid that Zhang Yuan would be possessed and hit him with whatever he touched. Brother, why did you ask me to come? Help me apply the medicine. Apply medicine? Where? I don't apply medicine for hemorrhoids. Zhang Che wanted to beat someone up. Zhang Yuan stuck out his tongue, and then looked towards Zhang Che. Where to apply it? Zhang Che took off his shirt. After Zhang Yuan saw the injury on Zhang Che's back, he quickly pushed the wheelchair over. What's wrong with you? Did you fight with someone? Who did you fight with? Why did you fight with someone when you were so good? You're already injured like this. Why are you more verbose than mom? Don't distract me. What happened to your injury? When the road is rough, draw your sword to help. I believe you. I'm telling the truth. There's nothing you can do if you don't believe me. Zhang Yuan stared at Zhang Che with wide eyes, and he didn't look like he was lying. What's wrong with you? Do you think you are some kind of hero? You don't have the ability to be a hero. I'm going to imitate other heroes' postures. It's better now. I was beaten like this. Zhang Yuan pouted while applying medicine to Zhang Che. It hurts. You girl, you are so gentle when you start. Girls should be gentle. When Zhang Che said this, he particularly missed the experience when Tang Yunren applied medicine to him. The movement is gentle, and the fingertips are tender and soft. Look at this girl Zhang Yuan again, she acts like a rough man. They are both women, so why is there such a big difference? Who said girls should be gentle? If you want to be gentle, find someone else to wipe it off. I'll wipe it with your sister-in-law tomorrow. Zhang Yuan's movement stopped. Are you really looking for a sister-in-law for me? Zhang Che clicked on his phone, and the screensaver and wallpaper all showed the same person. Tang Yunren. So, this is your sister-in-law, how about it? Pretty, isn't she? After Zhang Yuan saw the photo, he rolled his eyes speechlessly, and then clicked on his phone. The wallpaper on his phone was a popular male star. Look, this is your brother-in-law. How about it? He's handsome, isn't he? Zhang Che. I don't believe it. Ha, I would be stupid if I believed it. Can such a beautiful young lady fall in love with you? Does she have an eye problem? This complaint, whoever said that Zhang Yuan was not his biological sister, he would never believe it. Okay, I won't explain it. From now on, just wait until you poke your eyes out. Zhang Yuan patted Zhang Che's shoulder. It's done, I'm going to bed. Hiss ouch. This girl is so cruel. He was injured like this, and she could be cruel to him. Not afraid of not being able to get married. It doesn't matter if she can't get married, he will support her. Not many men are good anyway. Ding. Tang Yunren sent a message. Has your sister applied any medicine for you? You still care about me? Move to tears animation. Ha. Tang Yunren's brows were filled with confusion. What's wrong? You don't know how ruthless that girl Zhang Yuan is. Asking her to apply medicine is simply a secondary injury. When Tang Yunren saw it, she became anxious and directly sent a video call. So are you okay? Again, my wife is the best. With Tang Yunren's caring words, Zhang Che suddenly no longer felt pain in his shoulder. At this time, Tang Yunren was wearing a home-style nightgown, white with small florals, and the simple fancy pajamas on her body made her look clean and refreshing. In their previous life, they lived together after getting married, and he didn't seem to notice whether Tang Yunren was wearing pajamas. Zhang Che stared carefully in front of him. He should be wearing no clothes. Being able to create such a majestic look without wearing anything reminded him of a poem. You will be at the top of the mountain, and you will have a panoramic view of all the small mountains. It is quite appropriate to describe the scene in front of me. He was really blind in his previous life. He didn't appreciate the beautiful scenery and played with Diao Chan. No matter how well he played, it belonged to him, Lu Bu. Tang Yunren noticed that Zhang Che's vision was not right, and belatedly realized that she liked the habit of sleeping in a vacuum. After reacting, he quickly pulled the quilt to cover him. Love experience value plus 213. The scenery was blocked, and Zhang Che had a disappointed look in his eyes. Fortunately, it's not serious. I won't die. Then you, don't let your sister apply it next time. I don't want to either. I can't let my parents see my injury. They will worry about me. I can't reach this position myself, so there's nothing I can do. I'll help you. After Tang Yunren said this, her face immediately turned red. Love experience value plus 356. Thank you for your hard work. In return, I will treat you to dinner at noon tomorrow. I should repay you. If you hadn't saved my third brother today, he might have been disabled for the rest of his life. What was Tang Yunren saying just now? Disability. How did she know? Zhang Che's eyes widened in astonishment, and the smile on his face froze instantly. He remained stiff and motionless while holding the phone. Tang Yunren was so flustered that she tried her best to calm down her emotions. I looked at my third brother's leg. His leg was seriously injured, so I thought, if you hadn't helped, my third brother's leg might have had sequelae. After Tang Yunren stammered and explained, she felt very uneasy. I don't know if her explanation can be used to explain it away. As long as Zhang Che has not been reborn, he should not be suspicious. Tang Yunren waited nervously for Zhang Che's answer. A second passed. Zhang Che didn't respond. Tang Yunren became more and more nervous. 5 seconds passed. Still no sound from the phone. Why is there no movement at all? Zhang Che, is he really doubting her? Just when Tang Yunren was about to say something, Zhang Che's voice finally came from the phone. Oh, like this. There was no ups and downs in the voice, and it sounded very calm. Zhang Che's eyes were half closed. The light shone on his eyelids and cast a shadow on his eyes, which made them look particularly deep, and he couldn't see the emotions in his eyes clearly. Tang Yunren carefully recalled Zhang Che's words just now. Looking at Zhang Che's appearance, it seemed that there was nothing unusual. Her reason just now was quite good, and he should have no doubt about it. After the call ended, Zhang Che slowly took the phone away from his ear, opened the drawer, and took out the love letter he had written before. Of course, are you really reborn like me? The next day, Zhang Che and Tang Yunren made an appointment to meet in the woods on campus. Zhang Che waited at the agreed place early, holding the ointment in his hand. Tang Yunren saw that the time was almost up, then put down the drawing board and prepared to sneak out of the classroom. Of course, where are you going? Jin Xiaoqiao asked. I'm going to the bathroom. Tang Yunren pointed toward the bathroom. I'll go too, let's go together. Jin Xiaoqiao also put down the drawing board, then took Tang Yunren's hand and walked towards the bathroom. Tang Yunren had a headache. What should she do now? Zhang Che was still waiting for her in the woods. Tang Yunren squatted in the partition and deliberately refused to come out. Xiaoqiao, my stomach is not feeling well. If I want to squat for a while, you should go back first. It's okay, I'll wait for you. Jin Xiaoqiao said very generously. 5 minutes later, Tang Yunren received Zhang Che's message. Are you coming? Tang Yunren became anxious. Something delayed me. I'll be there soon. Xiaoqiao, I forgot to bring the paper. Can you help me go back and get the paper? I brought a lot, here you go. Jin Xiaoqiao stuffed the tissue under the door. Quote. Actually, my aunt is here. Then I don't have this anymore. Just wait a moment and I'll buy it. It's pretty much spent. After Tang Yunren came out of the bathroom, she looked at the time. Half an hour had passed since the time she had agreed with Zhang Che, so she had to speed up. Tang Yunren's hurried look happened to be seen by Wu Qingshu, who was skipping class. Why is Yunren running in such a hurry? Is there something urgent? The last time he made a bet with Zhang Che, whoever lost would not be allowed to approach Tang Yunren again. As a result, the last game was stopped midway because of Zhang Che's injury. Because of this incident, Tang Yunren stopped talking to him. Every time he went to look for her, she ignored him. Seeing that Tang Yunren was so anxious, he must have something urgent. Now that he has gone over to help her, maybe she won't be angry with him. Thinking of this, Wu Qingshu followed secretly. Unexpectedly, he saw Zhang Che in the woods. Did Tang Yunren run so fast to find Zhang Che? Wu Qingshu clenched his fists and gritted his teeth. Why is Tang Yunren looking for Zhang Che? Dating. Isn't it? If it was really a date, he would mess with it no matter what. Just when Wu Qingshu was thinking this, the next scene almost shocked his eyes. Zhang Che took off his clothes. What is this for? They don't want that here, that. No, even though it's school time now, there are still people like him skipping classes and wandering around. Aren't they afraid of being bumped into in the woods? At least find a place where you can close the doors and windows. No, Yunren was so innocent. How could she agree to do that kind of thing? It must be Zhang Che who was so animalistic that he took off his clothes and was about to do something to Tang Yunren. Right, that must be the case. He wanted to rush out to save Tang Yunren. As soon as Wu Qingshu stepped out with one foot, he saw Tang Yunren reaching out and touching Zhang Che's back. Stroking it one after another, and rubbing it in circles, the movements were so gentle, and the face was so red that water could drip out of it at any time. This scene made Wu Qingshu's jaw drop. How so? Wu Qingshu subconsciously took a step back, stepped on a dead branch, and made a creak sound. Who? Zhang Che suddenly turned his head and looked. Tang Yunren shyly crawled into Zhang Che's arms. Zhang Che took advantage of the situation and took Tang Yunren into his arms, pressed her head and buried it on his chest. You guys, Wu Qingshu pointed at Tang Yunren and Zhang Che, and was so angry that he wanted to rush forward and fight Zhang Che. Zhang Che, let go of Yunren, let's fight. Hearing Wu Qingshu's voice, Tang Yunren breathed a sigh of relief and got out of Zhang Che's arms. Fortunately, it wasn't anyone else. It would have been a big shame if he had been seen. Wu Qingshu, don't get me wrong, Zhang Che and I are not who you think. You think I'm blind. Yunren, I don't blame you for this. Zhang Che, I just asked you if you were a man. If you are a man, just fight with me. Zhang Che had long disliked Wu Qingshu. He pestered his little girl wife all day long, and often went to Tang Yunren's house because their parents knew each other. Forget it if you go during the day, and go at night. Just do it. Who is afraid of whom? Zhang Che. Tang Yunren took Zhang Che's wrist and shook her head at him. No. Seeing the worry on Tang Yunren's face, Zhang Che smiled at Tang Yunren and said, well, I'll listen to you. Wu Qingshu clenched his hands tightly, as if a volcano was about to erupt, and his face turned red and purple from holding back. That's too much. Zhang Che, that fool, just stole his childhood sweetheart, but actually showed off his affection in front of him. No man can bear this kind of thing. Wu Qingshu raised his fist and rushed toward Zhang Che. Upon seeing this, Tang Yunren quickly spread her arms to block Zhang Che. Wu Qingshu, don't touch him. Wu Qingshu immediately stopped and looked at Tang Yunren, who had a tense face. His eyes were filled with hatred, as if he really dared to do anything to Zhang Che, Tang Yunren would fight him tooth and nail. Wu Qingshu's heart felt like it had been stabbed several times. Yunren, what's so good about him that you like him so much? What did you say? I don't like him. Tang Yunren didn't expect that Wu Qingshu would suddenly ask such a question. She was caught off guard and her face turned red. Wu Qingshu and Tang Yunren grew up together. Seeing Tang Yunren's secretive and shy look, he knew at a glance that Tang Yunren really liked Zhang Che. What's wrong with me? My mother and your mother are classmates. We grew up together. They also like us very much and hope that we will be together in the future. I like you so much, why can't you like me? Where am I? Not good. You can tell me, can't I change it to what you like? Wu Qingshu confessed to Tang Yunren more than once or twice. He had written love letters to Tang Yunren since he was in elementary school. From childhood to adulthood, Tang Yunren did not know how many love letters he had received from Wu Qingshu. Wu Qingshu, I have told you before that I only treat you as the brother next door and a good friend. This has nothing to do with you. What will you change? No matter how he changes, he won't be Zhang Che. Tang Yunren was embarrassed to say this. I don't care, I just like you, I want to marry you, and I won't give up. Even if you marry him, I won't give up. Wu Qingshu's words were no joke to Zhang Che. The fact is, as Wu Qingshu said, Tang Yunren married him in his previous life, and Wu Qingshu often drove a Ferrari to harass her. But in his previous life, it was also because he didn't care about Tang Yunren at all and never treated Tang Yunren as his wife. In this life, he will never give Wu Qingshu any chance. Thinking of this, Zhang Che's expression became tough. Zhang Che, I advise you to give up quickly. I like her more than you. I am the only one who will treat her best in this world. If you dare to continue to pester Yunren, I will make you regret coming to this world. After saying that, Wu Qingshu left angrily without looking back. Tang Yunren turned to look at Zhang Che, and immediately blushed after seeing his strong and powerful figure. Love experience value plus 248. Hurry up and put your clothes on, it won't be good if someone sees you later. It's okay, no one will come here. That's what you said just now, why is Wu Qingshu here? He should have followed you. After Zhang Che put on his clothes, he looked towards the artificial lake in front of him. I heard that people drowned here before. When students come alone, they always feel gloomy. Especially after dark, some students heard that someone seemed to be swimming in the lake. It is precisely for this reason that few students come here. Every student at Zhongcheng University knows about this campus legend, and Tang Yunren is no exception. Then you're not afraid. What's there to be afraid of? After his death in his previous life, he always followed Tang Yunren in his soul state. He had been a lonely ghost for 4 years, so he was still afraid of the same kind of people. It's not the ghosts that are scary, it's the people. Zhang Che looked in the direction where Wu Qingshu left just now. Wu Qingshu's reaction just now was very unusual. The man's eighth sense told him that Wu Qingshu would definitely make big moves next. He should pay more attention. Tang Yunren followed Zhang Che's gaze and guessed what he was thinking. You don't have to worry too much. Wu Qingshu and I grew up together and know him very well. He just said that he would never dare to do anything illegal. I don't doubt that you know Wu Qingshu, but you don't know men. It is said that women are very jealous. A few women are like a palace fight drama. In fact, the same is true for men. Have you never heard of me stabbing my brothers? Do you want to kill a woman? Hearing what Zhang Che said, Tang Yunren felt a little panicked. Then I will go find Wu Qingshu now and ask him not to hurt you, otherwise I will ignore him for the rest of my life. Zhang Che looked at Tang Yunren dumbfounded, aren't you irritating him? Ah, really? Tang Yunren looked a little cute. How can it be so cute? Zhang Che's heart melted at Tang Yunren's cuteness. It is no exaggeration to say that even if Tang Yunren wanted the stars in the sky, he would find a way to pick them for her. You don't have to worry about this. This is between us men. Don't worry, I won't fight with him. He would just beat him. Unilateral, you want to do what you say. Must. Hook, okay, you can kiss me. Hate. On the way back from school, Zhang Che was blocked by Wu Qingshu and others. He knew that this matter would never be over. Zhang Che, I will give you one last chance. Stay away from my Yunren home. Otherwise, I will beat you until your mother doesn't recognize you today. Wu Qingshu threatened. Zhang Che raised his fist. Sure enough, sometimes, matters between men must be resolved with fists. System, redeem me with the attributes of a martial arts master. There were 5 people in total including Wu Qingshu, 1 against 5, and he couldn't handle it with his own physical strength alone. I think you're giving me a toast instead of eating it. In that case, don't blame me for being rude. Come on. Wu Qingshu waved his hand, and the other 4 people rushed towards Zhang Che. 5 minutes later, all 4 people hired by Wu Qingshu were knocked down by Zhang Che. So smart. Wu Qingshu's eyes were as wide as bells, and he couldn't believe what was happening in front of him. According to his investigation, Zhang Che was just an ordinary college student, born in an ordinary family and living an ordinary life. How could he have such good skills? Before Wu Qingshu could finish being surprised, Zhang Chei's sharp gaze shot towards him. In the afternoon at school, if you say you're a man, I'll do it. Come on, I'll give you 3 moves. Zhang Chei raised his fingers provocatively at Wu Qingshu. Made. After Wu Qingshu broke his mouth, he raised his fist and rushed towards Zhang Chei. His fist was aimed at Zhang Chei's face. He wanted to smash this handsome face. By then, Tang Yunren would still like this pretty boy, right? The ideal is beautiful, but the reality is cruel. Seeing that Wu Qingshu's fist was about to hit Zhang Chei's face by 5 centimeters, Zhang Chei turned his body to one side and easily dodged it. At the same time, he grabbed Wu Qingshu's wrist, raised his foot and kicked his knee, and pushed his hand towards, then break it off and press it on your back. Wu Qingshu knelt on the ground with one knee, his face turned blue and purple. Zhang Chei, you fool, let me go. It's okay to let go, but stay away from Yunren from now on. Dream. Zhang Chei broke it off with all his strength. Ah! A scream like a slaughtering pig came from Wu Qingshu's mouth. You guys, get up. Knock him down for me. I'll double the money. Triple it. Wu Qingshu yelled at the man lying on the ground pretending to be dead. What a waste. Zhang Chei complained. Wu Qing was so angry that he almost spit out a mouthful of old blood. He has lost his family. Isn't it because of you that he has lost his family? If you just don't resist, will he triple their money? And she complained about him. How abominable. When the hired thugs heard that the money had tripled, and after injecting chicken blood, they no longer felt the pain, they clenched their fists and hit Zhang Chei. Again. It will be the same again. Just when Zhang Chei was about to take action, loud shouts suddenly sounded. Stop. This rough and deep voice was very familiar to both Zhang Chei and Wu Qingshu. It's Tang Faizan here. Wu Qingshu raised his head and looked at Tang Faizan. Third brother, help. Help me quickly. Wu Qingshu thought to himself that he was so lucky. When he met Tang Faizan, Zhang Chei definitely didn't know Tang Faizan. It would be best for Zhang Chei to fight with him later. If Zhang Chei beats Tang Faizan later, Tang Yunren will definitely be angry with him. Moreover, the 3 brothers Tang Faizan, Tang Faimu, and Tang Phelan loved Tang Yunren the most. If they knew that Tang Yunren was with Zhang Chei, they would definitely stop them. Wu Qingshu thought happily. Tang Faizan rushed over and started the man he hired. Wu Qingshu was stunned. He had done it to the wrong person. Third brother, you hit the wrong person, it was him. Before Wu Qingshu finished speaking, Tang Faizan and Zhang Chei stood side by side. Are you okay? Tang Faizan looked at Zhang Chei and asked. Fine, it's okay, I'll help you. Wu Qingshu was completely dumbfounded, and it took him a few seconds to react from the jammed state. Third brother, me. Hearing Wu Qingshu shouting this, Tang Faizan noticed the person being restrained by Zhang Chei. Qingshu, why is it you? Wu Qingshu, he was such a big man, and he called you several times, but you didn't even notice him. Tang Faizan looked at Zhang Chei and then at Wu Qingshu. What are you? Third brother. This man hit me and almost broke my hand. Is there some misunderstanding? There is no misunderstanding. Third brother, you don't know that this boy is going to give you cabbage. Yunren doesn't know what kind of drug this boy gave her, and she gets tired of being with him every day. Tang Faizan's face lit up after hearing this, and he looked at Zhang Chei. Are you together? Not yet. What? My sister hasn't confessed her love to you yet? Or have you rejected her? Zhang Chei, let me tell you, my sister can cook now, and the food she makes is delicious. If you marry her, I make sure you don't suffer in the future. Tang Faizan's words made Wu Qingshu dumbfounded. The direction this thing is developing is completely wrong. Not only is it wrong, it's incredible. Just what Tang Faizan said, let alone Wu Qingshu, Zhang Chei was stunned for a moment. He was still worried yesterday that Tang Faizan would doubt him and Tang Yunren and stop them, but he didn't expect that Tang Faizan would suddenly say such things to him. Tang Faizan saw that Zhang Chei didn't speak and just looked at him, wondering if his words scared him. He wouldn't be a disservice, right? If that were the case, would his sister still resent him to death? It's all Wu Qingshu's fault. He did nothing to cause trouble for Zhang Chei, but even complained to him that they were already together. Wasn't this misleading him? Thinking of this, Tang Faizan turned to look at Wu Qingshu with a rather unfriendly look. Even a little fierce. Wu Qingshu was stunned again when he met Tang Faisan's sudden gaze. What is this for? He didn't provoke him, did he? Why are you looking at him like this? He looked so strange and panicked. Third brother, do you know him? Wu Qingshu couldn't help but ask. He is my savior. If it weren't for him yesterday, I might have died. What, is there such a thing? Wu Qingshu's face immediately fell. He originally expected Tang Faisan to help him deal with Zhongche, but in the end, he was dealt with by himself. Wu Qingshu felt that this matter could not be left alone, and Tang Faisan's view of Zhongche must be changed. Third brother, are you talking about what happened yesterday? Could it be that Zhongche directed and performed it himself? In fact, he had already planned for Yunren, but he knew that her 3 brothers would be difficult to deal with, so he deliberately spent money to arrange this. As soon as he comes out, let you beat you, and then he will save you. Zhongche frowned after hearing what Wu Qingshu said. His analysis was not unreasonable. Even he thinks this method is good. Of course, now was not the time to praise Wu Qingshu's method. He was worried that Tang Faisan wouldn't really believe it, right? After all, compared to Wu Qingshu, the younger brother, who always called him third brother, he was just an outsider. Wu Qingshu, I didn't expect you to be such a person. Tang Faisan suddenly yelled, which made Wu Qingshu tremble. Me, what kind of person am I? What kind of person do you think you are? You judge a gentleman with a villain's heart. Do you think that if you think this way, others will think the same way? Wu Qingshu, although you were a little naughty when you were young, you are still kind. Yes, now that you have grown up, why have you become so dirty? Is it because your family's business is getting bigger and bigger? I'm not, you. No wonder Shaoran has never accepted you. I still believe in Shaoran's vision. No, I really haven't thought about it. Third brother, please listen to my explanation. No need to explain. You apologize to Zhongche now. If you don't apologize, don't call me third brother in the future. I don't apologize. If you don't apologize, then leave now and don't come to my house again. You are not allowed to pester Shaoran. If you let me see you, I will chase you away every time I see you. So awesome. Wu Qingshu didn't expect that things would develop like this in the end, and Zhongche never expected that his opponent would be defeated by him without saying anything or explaining anything. Wu Qingshu's face looked as if he had been constipated for several days, turning red and purple. Asking him to apologize to Zhongche. Are you kidding me? Zhongche snatched his woman and even beat him, so he had to apologize to Zhongche in turn. Can't do it. Cliffhanger can't do it. But if he doesn't apologize, Tang Faisan, who has always been a spitting person, may really not let him go to his house again, and won't let him continue to pester Tang Yunren. If that were the case, wouldn't it mean that he would no longer be able to pursue Tang Yunren? You'd better not apologize. Zhongche expressed the truest thoughts in his heart. As long as Wu Qingshu doesn't apologize, then this entangled love rival will game over. How nice. Zhongche thought it was okay, but Wu Qingshu was about to explode with anger. I won't apologize if you tell me not to. Who do you think you are? Then you apologize. Apologize now. As long as you apologize, I will forgive you. Hearing what Zhongche said, Tang Faisan looked at him with great admiration. As expected, he is the one his sister likes, and he is indeed the person he likes. Such a mind is simply broader than the sea. Qingshu, do you see? They are all men. He is so generous and you are so petty. Apologize quickly and don't let me look down on you. Wu Qingshu was already very angry, but now when he heard Tang Faisan say this, his eyes suddenly darkened and he fainted. When he was about to fall into coma, he vaguely heard the conversation between Zhongche and Tang Faisan. Brother Sen, let's forget about apologizing. He is too petty and can't take it easy. If you continue to force him, I'm afraid he will really be pissed to death, and it won't be good if someone loses his life. That's what you said. This kid was quite good when he was young. How did he become like this? People will always change, especially rich second-generation people like him. The more they grow up, the more they change. That makes sense. In the end, Wu Qing was so bookish that he couldn't hear anything. When he woke up, he had been sent to the hospital. At night, before going to bed, Zhongche routinely sent Tang Yunren messages and chatted. He wanted Tang Yunren to form a habit so that she would feel like something was missing if she didn't chat with him every night. This is the same as if you like a girl, you should pamper her to the heavens and pamper her to the point where other men can't take care of her. Have you slept? Just laid down and got ready for bed? Seeing Tang Yunren's reply, Zhang Che patted his head. This way of starting a chat by asking, "Did you sleep?" is simply digging a hole for yourself, and is no different from self-conception. If she hasn't slept, she will definitely reply to you, but if she has slept, how can she reply? There is also Tang Yunren's answer. She was getting ready to sleep, and if he continued to talk, it would mean he didn't care about her feelings. Don't want to chat. There's really no need to chat. Just when Zhang Che had a headache and was trying to save his life, Tang Yunren sent the message first. I heard from third brother that I met you in Wu Qingshu on the road. He didn't do anything to you, right? No, don't worry, we just had a friendly chat. Friendly. Tang Yunren rolled her eyes speechlessly. Friendly enough to bring the conversation to the hospital. Fortunately, it was Wu Qingshu who was sent to the hospital. 30 seconds have passed and the conversation cannot be allowed to cool down. Zhang Che hurriedly edited the message to find a topic and sent it. Why did you go to bed so early today? Zhang Che checked the time and saw that it was only 9:30. Normally, he and her could chat from about 9 o'clock to nearly 12 o'clock. I'm a little uncomfortable. Seeing this, Zhang Che immediately became nervous. What's wrong? Where does it hurt? Have you seen a doctor? Zhang Che sent 3 messages in succession. Just 3 sentences made Tang Yunren feel more comfortable. Love experience value plus 284. I just have a fever. A bit. How much? 39 degrees. Is this still called a bit? Zhang Che continued to edit on his mobile phone. Drink more water. Before the message was sent, Zhang Che suddenly thought of the jokes he had read online before. The girl is sick and wants her boyfriend's attention. Girl, I have a cold. Boyfriend, drink more water. Girl, my aunt is here. Boyfriend, drink more water. Girl, I was attacked by my parents today, and I feel very bad. Boyfriend, drink more water. The girl couldn't bear it anymore. Shall we break up? The boyfriend was frightened. Why? Aren't we good friends? Why did you break up just like you said? The girl sent a hee-hee emoji. What do you think? Boyfriend, I don't know. Don't break up. I can't live without you. I will be sad without you. Girl, it's okay, drink more water. This joke seems funny, but if you take a closer look, it is indeed true. A nonchalant answer like, drink more water, comes right out of the mouth, without any brain thought or actual action. It makes people feel insincere. Thinking of this, Zhang Che quickly deleted the message he had just edited. Hurry up and have a good rest. I won't disturb you anymore. Go to bed early. After Zhang Che sent this message, he immediately changed his clothes, picked up his phone and ran outside. Brother, why are you going? Zhang Yuan shouted. Buy medicine. With a sound of bang, Zhang Che closed the door. Buy medicine. Zhang Yuan blinked, then nodded, and said to himself, it is indeed time to buy medicine. Tang Yunren looked at the last message from Zhang Che with a disappointed look on her face. She was thinking just now that Zhang Che would say more caring words, but in the end it just ended like this. Tang Yunren lay down with her cell phone in her arms. She didn't know if it was because of her physical discomfort, but she was still depressed and couldn't get better. He took the phone off his chest and turned on the screen. There was no message on the notification bar. Even though she still couldn't help but click on the chat interface with Zhang Che. After seeing the last message, which was still, hurry up and take a good rest, I won't disturb you anymore, go to bed early, I became even more depressed. She thought of her past life. She remembered that one time Zhang Che fell ill and was very ill. She ran to the pharmacy to buy medicine for him, and used ice cubes to apply ice for him. She stayed up all night to take care of him. When his fever subsided in the middle of the night, she used an unwrapped hot towel to wipe his sweat, worrying that it would be bad for him to catch a cold. The next morning, porridge will be cooked for him to drink when he gets up. Now it was her turn to be sick, but she had to endure it alone. As I thought about it, tears fell from the corners of my eyes. What are you doing? Why are you crying? She clearly decided to be strong and can be fine alone. Besides, Zhang Che in this life is already much better than in his previous life. People cannot be dissatisfied. The more greedy they are, the more greedy they will become. In the previous life, when she and he lived together after marriage, he had always turned a blind eye to her. At that time, she was extravagantly hoping that it would be great if Zhang Che could just look at her. Just one look was enough. Tang Yunren, you really can't be too greedy. You are happy enough now. Tang Yunren kept comforting and convincing herself, and her mood slowly stabilized. Just when Tang Yunren was about to close her eyes and sleep, her cell phone suddenly rang. Who called her so late? Tang Yunren reached for the phone from the bedside table with some difficulty. Zhang Che. Tang Yunren sat up with her cell phone in her arms, unable to hide the excitement on her face. That's how she is, always being easily aroused by Zhang Che. Cry for him, laugh for him, like a fool. Tang Yunren couldn't wait to click answer. Before she could speak, Zhang Che's voice came from the phone. I'm downstairs with you. Ah, Tang Yunren was stunned. I went downstairs to your community and bought you medicine. He came. Tang Yunren lifted the quilt and got off the bed. She ran to the window barefoot without even having time to put on her shoes. She stretched her head and looked down, and saw the familiar figure at a glance. Although it is summer now, there was a heavy rain in the evening, which caused the temperature at night to be a bit low, and the wind blowing on my face was a bit chilly. Zhang Che was wearing a short-sleeved t-shirt and three-quarter jeans. He was standing under the community carrying a convenience bag with the prescription logo printed on it, holding his arms and rubbing them from time to time. Seeing this scene, Tang Yunren hurried out of the room, picked up a coat from the sofa and ran out. After Tang Faizan came out of the bathroom, he looked towards the sofa. Huh, where is my coat? I obviously remembered to put it here. Why is it missing? Tang Faizan just grabbed an order on his mobile phone and delivered a takeaway part-time. As soon as he took out his coat and went to the bathroom, the coat disappeared. Tang Faizan searched around the sofa, but still couldn't find it. It's really weird. Waiting for the order to be delivered, Tang Faizan found it without any effort. Let's get another one. After Tang Yunren hurried down from upstairs, she saw Zhang Che standing in the wind with thin clothes, and a wave of distress suddenly filled her heart. Put your clothes on quickly. Tang Yunren stood on tiptoe and put the clothes on Zhang Che. Tang Faizan saw this scene as soon as he got out of the elevator. Hide aside and peek in secret. Peeping is a bad word, he is not a light bulb. Zhang Che looked at Tang Yunren who was running out wearing only pajamas. He immediately took off his coat and wrapped it around Tang Yunren. You are so sick and you still care about me. Zhang Che was truly moved by Tang Yunren's behavior. She was the one who got sick. She actually ran down here dressed like this. In such a hurry, she didn't forget to worry about whether he was cold or not. Why is this girl so stupid? She is really the stupidest girl in the world. Feel better now, okay. Before Tang Yunren finished speaking, Zhang Che's hand had already been placed on her forehead. The boy's hand was as cool as marble, and when it was pressed against her hot forehead, she felt as if ice and fire had collided. My heartbeat almost stopped. Love experience value plus 789. Love experience value plus 784. Love experience value plus 917. Puff, 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 the heartbeat couldn't stop beating. Beat faster. It's so hot. Zhang Che frowned. Not only was it hot, the girl's face was also extremely red. Listening to the system prompts one after another, Zhang Che guessed the reason why Tang Yunren's face was so red. Although experience points are important, a wife is more important. Now that Tang Yunren is still ill, being so excited will not be good for her condition. Put your hands down and the frequency of system prompts will be significantly reduced. Have you taken your medicine? Well, I've eaten. Tang Yunren's listless and sick look was like an injured little rabbit, so limp that Zhang Che wanted to hold her in his arms and give her some pain. I bought some antipyretic medicine. These are for internal use. This is an antipyretic patch. I will put it on for you. It will make you feel better. Zhang Che tore open a bag of antipyretic patches. I'll do it myself. Tang Yunren stretched out her hand. Don't move, I'll help you. Zhang Che lifted up Tang Yunren's bangs on her forehead with one hand and put the antipyretic patch on it with the other hand. Tang Yunren raised her eyes and looked up, and moved her brows. There was a cold feeling on her forehead, but it conveyed a warm feeling in her heart. Love experience value plus 412. I also bought you vitamin C. Taking this when you are sick can enhance your immunity. Thanks. Tang Yunren took the convenience bag from Zhang Che's hand. It's windy outside and the temperature is a bit low. Can you go up quickly? In fact, Zhang Che was reluctant to let go of Tang Yunren, but considering Tang Yunren's situation, he could only hold back temporarily. Yeah, Tang Yunren pursed her lips, and after taking 2 steps, she turned back and looked at Zhang Che, her eyes filled with reluctance. Go up. Zhang Che waved his hand to Tang Yunren. After Tang Yunren nodded, she looked back 3 times. At this moment, Tang Yunren had an impulse in her heart. She wanted to run over desperately, throw herself into Zhang Che's arms, and then hold him like that. Shangui thought so, but in reality she restrained her impulse. Although her relationship with Zhang Che was now considered extraordinary, neither of them spoke to break the last layer of ice. She thought about confessing first, but after much hesitation, she finally didn't have the courage to speak. She was afraid that the matter of rebirth was actually just the moon in the mirror and the yellow beam in a dream. If she wakes up from her dream as soon as she opens her mouth, there will no longer be a Zhang Che who cares about her. She was also afraid that Zhang Che didn't really like her that much, maybe he just thought of her as a good friend. What if the atmosphere between the two of them becomes awkward as soon as she opens her mouth? You're sick and you still run out. A sudden sound interrupted Tang Yunren's thoughts. Third brother, why are you here? Tang Faizan raised his chin towards Tang Yunren, looked at the clothes wrapped around her body and said, tell me, where did my clothes go? It turns out you gave them to others. Third brother, are you laughing at me? Younger sister, you can't stay here. Originally, your eldest and second brothers and I discussed that if you can't find a suitable person in the future, you won't be allowed to marry. The 3 of us will support you. Tang Yunren has always known that Tang Faizan and his 3 brothers were good to her. When she wanted to marry Zhang Che in her previous life, her 3 brothers strongly opposed it. But the situation in the family company was really not good. At that time, their company had been cooperating with Zhang Che's company, and the relationship between the 2 parents was very good, so they proposed the marriage of the 2 families. At that time, no one except Jin Xiaoqiao knew that she liked Zhang Che. When she heard about the marriage, she pretended to be indifferent, but in fact she was happier than anyone else. Xiaoran, I told you something yesterday, but I still want to tell you again. Zhang Che is really a nice person. You don't know that Wu Qingshu treated Zhang Che like this during the day, but Zhang Che repaid evil with kindness, so kind and generous. It's really rare to see such a person. And if you have a fever, he can look at you so late, which means that he really likes you. You must take good care of it. Tang Faizan looked at Tang Yunren seriously, said. Tang Yunren half lowered her head, whether I can grasp it or not is not up to me. If he doesn't have that intention, I'm afraid it will be useless no matter how hard I try. I can't say anything about other things, but I have always believed in one sentence, doing it is better than not doing it. If you don't try your best, who knows what the result will be? But if you don't even want to try, it will be pie in the sky. It'll hit you. Anyway, I'm not willing to wait passively for pie to fall from the sky. Tang Faizan's words inspired Tang Yunren a lot. Yes, it's better to be proactive than passive. She has decided. She will confess her love to Zhang Che this Valentine's Day. As for what the outcome would be, she couldn't care so much. Anyway, she never wanted to be as passive as she was in her previous life, which led to Zhang Che dying without even knowing that she liked him. If she keeps hiding things in this life and doesn't dare to take a step out, wouldn't it be the same as in the previous life? She would be standing still and making the same mistakes again. Then she was reborn in vain. Early the next morning, Zhang Che sent a message to Tang Yunren to express concern about her condition. Are you better? Much better. Tang Yunren slept well and soundly last night, mainly because she was in a good mood, so her body recovered quickly. I had a beautiful dream last night. Dream of me. How does he know? Did you really dream about him? Zhang Che just said that casually, but he didn't expect that Tang Yunren would actually dream about him. What did you dream about me? Marrying you. What a beautiful idea. Tang Yunren sent the message with a blushing face, but to be honest, she was quite looking forward to marrying Zhang Che. Real marriage. It's not as perfunctory as in the previous life. I'm so curious, what did you dream about us? I forgot, Tang Yunren lied. She didn't dare to tell the truth because she dreamed of Zhang Che kissing her, from a dragonfly touching the water to a dragon playing in the water. The more I think about it, the more shy I become. Love experience value plus 999. Zhang Che became even more curious when he heard the system prompt tone that almost exceeded 1,000 yuan. He was sure that Tang Yunren had not forgotten it. And he was sure that Tang Yunren's dream was definitely not the car leading to the kindergarten. Really forgotten or pretended to forget. I'm going to have breakfast. My mother asked me to go out for dinner and we'll talk later. Seeing these words, Zhang Che could imagine Tang Yunren's shy appearance as she ran away. So cute. Xiao Che, it's time to eat. Lin Ya shouted from outside. Oh, got it. Zhang Mingquan and Lin Ya both had a day off today, and Zhang Che happened to have no classes in the afternoon, so the family was preparing to pack up and move. Their family of 4 has been renting this 80 square meter rental house for 8 or 9 years, and now they can finally live in their own house. Their faces are filled with joy. Do you still want this shoe cabinet? Lin Ya looked at the shabby shoe cabinet that was not old and new. It was a pity to throw it away, but it felt too out of place to put it in her new home. Throw it away, it's all so broken. Zhang Mingquan came out of the room carrying his suitcase. But it still works. Mom, just throw it away. You don't need to take any furniture with you. I bought it all 2 days ago and replaced it with new furniture and appliances. You can just move in with your bags. Hearing what Zhang Che said, Lin Ya and Zhang Mingquan looked at each other, with expressions of relief in their eyes. Their son is really getting more and more sensible. He is only 18 years old. Other children at this age are still in the rebellious stage. They only sit at home to eat and drink, never do housework, and are always asking for money. I don't get angry even if I don't get enough, but I still complain about why the conditions at home are so poor. Let's look at their son. He often cooks and helps with housework. He can also earn money to support the family. He leads the family to make a fortune and even takes his sister to the hospital for treatment. They must have been good people who did good deeds in their previous lives and accumulated countless merits, so they had such a good son in this life. Xiao Che, don't spend money lavishly. It's not easy to make money. Leave some extra money for you to marry a wife in the future. Making money is not easy, but for Zhang Che now, as long as he has more love with Tang Yunren and earns more experience points, wealth will keep rolling in. Dad, Mom, don't worry. I know it well and won't spend money arbitrarily. The money I spend is what I should spend. You two have worked hard for half your life, and you have never thought about happiness for a day. People live in this world. Earning money is not about saving, it is mainly about serving life. Now that our family is rich, we need to improve our quality of life. If we still live by counting money as tightly as before, what's the difference between making money and not making money? Zhang Che's words made both Lin Ya and Zhang Mingquan agree with him. They agreed and at the same time felt happy again in their hearts. Their son had this realization at a young age. They really gave birth to a good son. Zhang Yuan also didn't expect that her brother, who usually seemed unreliable, could actually say such a great truth. Look at her parents. They were so worried about her brother in the past and they were not sensible at all. Now both of them regard her brother as the backbone of the family, and in turn rely on her brother's ideas and opinions. Her brother has changed a lot recently, right? Her brother was also true. She had asked him more than once or twice before why he suddenly changed. He would tell her some fantasy things. Dang dang, a knock on the door sounded. The landlord should be here. I'll open the door. Zhang Mingquan put down his things and opened the door. The landlord is a fat woman in her 50s, with short brown red curly hair and a not-so-thin gold chain hanging around her neck. Xiao Zhang, you said you lived well, why did you move away? We bought. Zhang Mingquan was interrupted by the landlord before he could finish his words. It's okay to move away. The rent in the city is too expensive, and a family living in a house of tens of square meters would be bored. It's better to go back to my hometown. Even if the house in my hometown is not good, at least it has a lot of space and a yard. Plant some fields and raise food. A sheep is pretty good too. The landlord's words were nice, but in fact, everything she said was full of contempt. She thought Zhang Che and his family could no longer survive in the city and wanted to return to the countryside. Zhang Mingquan and Lin Ya were both honest people, so Zhang Yuan couldn't help them not talking. Aunt Wang, you misunderstood. We are not moving back to our hometown. We bought a house in Chushui community, more than 100 square meters, and we want to move there. Chushui community. Did you buy a house in Chushui community? The housing prices in Chushui community are much more expensive than theirs. Where can Zhang Mingquan and his family buy? How can it be? She knew very well what jobs Zhang Mingquan and his wife did. Their combined salary was at most 10,000. Even if they didn't eat or drink, they wouldn't be able to afford a house in Chushui community, not to mention that Zhang Che was still studying at Zhangcheng University. Besides, if they were really rich, they would show Zhang Yuan's legs instead of buying a house. You must be bragging. Really, that's really amazing. Although we are all in the suburbs, the housing prices in Chushui community are not low, right? It's not low, more than 20,000. Zhang Che replied. The house price is more than 20,000 square meters, and it is more than 100 square meters, but it also costs more than 2 million. Yeah, Zhang Che responded. Well, your head is over. Over 2 million, can you really afford it? Are you really going to move to Chushui community? After packing up, we'll move out. I'll give you the key later. If you have 1 month's rent and deposit left, just send it to me via WeChat. Zhang Mingquan said. Okay, I happen to be free today. My husband bought me an SUV. I'll take you there. Just pretend to be stupid with her. She has nothing to do today and is just waiting for you to get slapped in the face. Sister Wang, there is no need to trouble you. Xiao Zhang, you don't have to be polite to me. You have lived in my house for so many years, and we have known each other for so long. If I help you and you still refuse me, aren't you alienating me? No, Sister Wang, Xiao Zhang, if you are polite to me again, I won't be happy. Stop it, let me tell you, my husband bought me this car for more than 150,000 yuan, and it's so beautiful. It's definitely more comfortable to sit in than a taxi. When the time comes, I'll drive you and your family to have fun. Zhang Yuan interrupted. Aunt Wang, we have a car at home. We just bought it, so I don't need to trouble you. What, did you buy a car? No way, buying a house and a car. Did their family win the lottery? Isn't that right? If you really win the lottery by buying lottery tickets, why is there no movement at all? Are they deliberately keeping a low profile and hiding it? Or are they just scrambling for a little money to buy a low-end and cheap second-hand car? The landlord thinks the latter is more likely. She wanted to see what kind of car their family bought today. No matter how good it was, it would definitely not be as good as her SUV worth more than 150,000 yuan. Soon, Zhang Che and his family packed up. The landlord followed Zhang Che and the others downstairs. Where's your car? Which one? That's it. Zhang Yuan proudly pointed to his BMW. That's it. The landlord had a very disgusted expression on his face. The landlord thought Zhang Yuan was referring to the second-hand Cherry QQ next to the BMW. Are you still buying it when it's already broken like that? It only costs 20,000 to 30,000 yuan to buy a new one, but you can probably buy a second-hand one for a few thousand yuan. Driving such a broken car on the road, you are not afraid of it falling apart at any time. Just when the landlord was thinking this, he saw Zhang Mingquan bypassing Cherry QQ with the car key, coming to the BMW, pressing the car key and opening it. What's going on? Isn't she dazzled? The landlord rubbed his eyes hard and looked again. Zhang Mingquan opened the trunk compartment and put the suitcase and things inside. Zhang Che took Zhang Yuan out of the wheelchair and put him in the car. Brother, my bag. Zhang Yuan pointed to the bag hanging on the wheelchair and shouted. Oh, Zhang Che took the bag off the wheelchair, handed it to Zhang Yuan, then folded the wheelchair and put it in the trunk. Mom, have you finished getting everything? Zhang Che looked at Lin Ya and asked. They've all been taken down, and there's still some garbage on top. I'll get it. 10 minutes later, everything was packed up and ready to leave. Sister Wang, thank you for taking care of me over the years. Let's go. Zhang Mingquan greeted the landlord politely. Lin Ya also said a few words. The landlord looked at the high-end and classy BMW, his mind was still a little confused, and he couldn't react for a moment. Finally, when he watched their car disappear, he quickly got into his SUV and caught up with their car. What happened? How did their family buy a BMW? Just now she took a photo for her husband, and her husband said the car is worth 700,000 to 800,000 yuan. At that time, she was really shocked by this number. She couldn't believe that this car was bought by Zhang Mingquan's family. Thinking of the scene where she showed off to them before, the landlord couldn't help but blush. She has such a face. The beating really hurts. However, my face hurts even more at the back. The landlord stared at the BMW in front of him as it drove into Chushui community. Did they really buy a house in Chushui community? Impossible. Rental. The landlord thinks this is more likely. After seeing Zhang Che and his family get off the bus, the landlord hurriedly followed them. I'll help you move your things. The landlord used help as a cover. She just wanted to see if their family had bought a house in this Chushui community. Zhang Che glanced at the landlord and guessed what she was thinking. This landlord used to visit their house often, and every time he came, he would show off to her mother the gold necklace, bracelet, etc. that her husband bought for her. She complained that her husband had bad eyesight and picked things she didn't like just to show off to his mother. Looking at his mother's neck, ears, and hands, there was nothing. So every time I heard the landlord show off like that, I would just laugh awkwardly. Speaking of which, his mother used to be from the city, and her family situation was pretty good. Later, she fell in love with his father, and after marrying his father, she has been living a hard life. She is now following their family to Chushui community. Needless to say, she definitely doesn't believe that their family bought a house here, so she comes to take a look. If they didn't buy it, she would definitely laugh at them. Sister Wang, please come in. This is the house we bought. Zhang Mingquan opened the door and said to the landlord. The landlord couldn't believe his eyes when he looked at the decorations and furniture in the room. With such nice decoration and new furniture, this is definitely not the house their family rented. No one else would be willing to rent such a well-decorated house to others. So this is really the house they bought. Thinking of this, the landlord felt like he had been slapped in the face. After a while, the landlord suddenly changed his face. Oh, Xiaozhang, when did you buy the house? Are you too outspoken? It's such a big thing to buy a house, but you didn't even tell me so that I could congratulate you. Our family is used to keeping a low profile. You shouldn't keep a low profile on this matter. To be honest, did your family win a lottery ticket? Is it the first prize? It was Xiao Che who bought the lottery ticket. Hearing this, the landlord turned to look at Zhang Che. She hadn't taken a closer look at this boy just now, but now she realized, when did he become so handsome? Xiao Che, you are getting more and more handsome as you grow older. You must be 180, right? You are handsome, and you have the ability to make money, and you are only 18 years old, right? That's incredible. It's simply incredible. It's just good luck. Zhang Che looked at the landlord who changed his face faster than the sky, and secretly clicked his tongue inwardly. He wanted to let you know that he still has 2 houses in this Chushui community, and not only that, but also 1 villa. I don't know what your face is going to look like. Still humble, this kid is really good. No wonder my daughter often talks about you. You don't have a girlfriend yet, right? You're 18 years old, and you're not young anymore. It's time to have a girlfriend. What do you think about me introducing my daughter to you? Zhang Che was startled by the landlord's words. He had seen the landlord's daughter. She was taller than Tang Yunren, about 1.7 meters tall and weighed more than 200 kilograms. Although he was in good physical condition, he did not dare to think about such a good fortune. Thank you, Aunt Wang, for your kindness. I appreciate it. Don't refuse in a hurry. I think you are a talented man and a good-looking woman. That's what you think. Aunt Wang, forget it, your daughter is several years older than me, so it's inappropriate. Why is it inappropriate? A junior girl is holding a gold brick. My daughter is 4 years older than you, and she can hold a diamond. Your daughter's body shape is like a diamond. Actually, I already have a girlfriend. Don't use this reason to fool me. Don't I know what you young people are doing? Just find any girl or boy and say it's your partner to fool your elders. Having said this, the landlord stopped talking to Zhang Che and looked at Lin Ya and Zhang Mingquan. Xiao Lin, your child is not sensible, so you have to worry more about it. I am not boasting, but my daughter is a little fatter, but she is still quite nice. Ting Ting is pretty good. Then let's just say, let them have a date this weekend. The landlord likes Zhang Che more and more now, and this house will definitely belong to Zhang Che in the future. If her daughter follows him, half of the house will belong to her daughter. Mom, I really have a girlfriend. Zhang Che emphasized. Really? Then bring her here now and I will believe it. I can't bring her now. That means no. I'm pursuing her now. Zhang Che looked at Lin Ya seriously and said. Lin Ya stared at Zhang Che. She gave birth to this son. No one in the world knew him better than she did, so she could see that he was not lying. Mom, I've made a decision. Valentine's Day is coming soon. I want to confess to her. Then I will bring her back to show you. Zhang Che's expression became more serious as he spoke. Now not only Lin Yaxin believed it, but Zhang Mingquan also believed it. Sister Wang, I choose to respect Xiao Che in this matter. The landlord's face was not very good. She had planned so beautifully just now, but it fell through before it even started. Confessions may not be successful. Xiao Che, if your confession is rejected, just tell me and I will immediately arrange a blind date for you and Ting Ting. Is this a curse on him? Don't worry, in order not to have a blind date with your daughter, he tried his best to confess his love to Tang Yunren successfully. Mom, Dad, I'm going out first. Zhang Che ran to the fruit stall and bought 2 large durians. He remembered that Tang Yunren's grandmother, Deng Lanfang, loved durian the most. Now that he had moved here, he wanted to see her no matter what. Ding dong, ding dong. Come on, come on. Deng Lanfang came over and opened the door. After seeing it was Zhang Che, a look of surprise suddenly appeared on his face. It is you, Grandma. Our family just moved to this community, so I wanted to come over and see you. I bought you the durians. You kid, you just came here and bought something. Come in, come in. Deng Lanfang greeted Zhang Che warmly. You sit down while I cut the durian. Grandma, sit down and I'll cut it. Zhang Che carried the durian and went to the kitchen. Deng Lanfang looked at Zhang Che with smiling eyes, took out his mobile phone and sent a message to Tang Yunren. Come here. What's wrong, Grandma? Don't ask yet, come here quickly. Seeing this, Tang Yunren thought to herself, could it be that Deng Lanfang's foot injury hasn't healed yet? Is it inconvenient? Thinking of this, Tang Yunren hurriedly came out of the house. Their community is less than 10 minutes away from Chushui community, and Tang Yunren is there in a few minutes on a bicycle. Grandma, do your feet still hurt? As soon as Tang Yunren entered the door, she saw Zhang Che coming out with cut durians. Zhang Che, why are you here? He made a special trip to see me. Deng Lanfang said with a smile. Ah, made a special trip to see her grandma. Our family just moved here, and we happen to be in the same community as Grandma, so we came over to have a look. Zhang Che said. What, your family has moved to Chushui community? Tang Yunren looked at Zhang Che in shock. This kind of thing never happened in my previous life. Yes, our house is next door to Grandma, in Building 9. You guys, haven't you always lived in Shuyuan? Why did you move here? How did you know that our family lives in Shuyuan? Zhang Che asked with a frown. Shaoran, how did you know? Deng Lanfang was also curious. Being looked at by Zhang Che like this, Tang Yunren couldn't help but panic. You said it before. Oh, Zhang Che looked away calmly. He was sure that he had never mentioned to Tang Yunren that he lived in Shuyuan. If it were before, he would have thought that Tang Yunren had already had a crush on him, so he had investigated his affairs very clearly. But last time Tang Yunren actually mentioned that Tang Faizan was almost disabled, which made it difficult for him not to think more about it. It's almost time for dinner. Xiao Zhang, would you like to stay for dinner? Deng Lanfang looked at Zhang Che and said. No, Shaoran, don't leave, stay and help cook. Deng Lanfang's voice drowned out Zhang Che's words. Then let me help too. Zhang Che originally wanted to refuse, but after hearing what Deng Lanfang said just now, he immediately changed his mind. Can you cook? Tang Yunren looked at Zhang Che with doubtful eyes. Anyway, she had never seen Zhang Che cook, and she had never heard Zhang Yuan mention that Zhang Che could cook. I learned a little from my mother recently. After Zhang Che replied, he then asked, I heard your third brother say last time that you couldn't cook before, but now you can. I also learned it from my mother recently. Oh, Zhang Che looked at the dishes Tang Yunren was washing, which he liked to eat. There was also the cold dish that Tang Yunren made just now, which he also liked to eat, and the appearance of this dish looked quite familiar to him. After he died of illness in his previous life, he had been following Tang Yunren. She often cooked alone, so he was particularly familiar with her appearance when cooking. It's exactly the same as now. Zhang Che continued to stare at Tang Yunren. After washing the vegetables, Tang Yunren began to cut the vegetables skillfully. This skillful knife skill could not have been acquired by just learning from her mother for a few days. The more he looked, the more Zhang Che was able to confirm his guess. She was indeed reborn. No wonder, when he was first reborn, he always felt as if Tang Yunren was deliberately avoiding him. There are many, many suspicious places, all of which can be explained. If he guessed correctly, then the love letter he wrote before could not be given to her for the time being. He was wondering, if Tang Yunren didn't mention the matter of rebirth, did she want to throw away the past and start over? What if she knew that he was also reborn? What if she felt confused? So even if he confessed to her about his rebirth, he couldn't do it now. At least, hiss, Tang Yunren let out a cry of pain. What's wrong? Zhang Che turned around and saw that Tang Yunren's hand had been cut open, and his fingers were bleeding red blood. Seeing this, Zhang Che grabbed Tang Yunren's finger and put it in his mouth without thinking. Although this will not stop bleeding, it can at least kill bacteria to a certain extent. Love experience value plus 1000. Love experience value plus 1000 x1. Love experience value plus 1000 x2. Love experience value plus 1000 x3. Love experience value plus 1000 x 520. So often, one after another, the system prompts overlapped. Zhang Che looked at Tang Yunren's face, which felt redder than the tomatoes on the chopping board. His two beautiful big eyes were wide open and looking at his mouth. His whole expression was blank, and Zhang Che couldn't help but swallow. He took a sip of saliva. Tang Yunren's whole body was numb as if she had been electrocuted, but now with Zhang Che's swallowing action, she felt like she was going to die. Love experience value plus 1200. How could he put her fingers in his mouth? I swallowed it just now. Love experience value plus 1201. Love experience value plus 1202. Love experience value plus 1203. What's wrong? What happened? As soon as Deng Lanfang came in, she saw this scene that was not easy to see. If she hadn't considered Tang Yunren's situation, she would have stayed as far away as possible so as not to disturb their world. Grandma, of course my finger was cut. There are alcohol wipes in the refrigerator. You can disinfect her first, and I'll get a band-aid. Okay. Zhang Che quickly took out the alcohol cotton from the refrigerator. Shall I do it myself? Tang Yunren said. Zhang Che glanced at Tang Yunren, and instead of giving the alcohol cotton to Tang Yunren, he directly started to gently wipe the wound. Hiss, Tang Yunren frowned, biting her lower lip, and the corners of her eyes were faintly red. She thought of her past life, when she had cut her finger countless times while learning to cook, and she had to endure it silently every time. This time, Zhang Che cared about her. My heart feels so warm, so warm, so warm. I'm sorry, please be gentle. Zhang Che looked at the wound on Tang Yunren's green-white finger and felt it was more painful than the stick he had hit on his body a few days ago. It's okay, it doesn't hurt very much. How could it not hurt? Zhang Che could tell that Tang Yunren had been holding back, and just now she groaned out because it was so painful that she couldn't hold it in any longer. Here comes the band-aid. Deng Lanfang found the band-aid and took it. Give it to me. Zhang Che reached out and took it, tore it open, and carefully put it on. Why are you so careless? Zhang Che's words were not to blame Tang Yunren, but just out of pure concern. Then don't blame you. Blame me. You, if you keep staring at me, I will get nervous. It turns out that this is the case. Zhang Che showed a dumbfounded expression. Then it's up to me now. You stare at me. I don't want to stare at you. You have to keep an eye on me. I'm not very good at cooking most of the ingredients you prepare. You have to keep an eye on me and guide me. When Zhang Che said this, Tang Yunren had no choice but to stay. Seeing that nothing happened to her, Deng Lanfang left very wisely. I'll cut these vegetables first. Zhang Che picked up the kitchen knife and said. Be careful, the knife is sharpened very quickly. Tang Yunren said worriedly. Do you think I am you? You cut your hand nervously just by looking at me. That's because you are thick-skinned. Tang Yunren replied angrily, and the atmosphere in the kitchen was very harmonious. After cutting all the vegetables, we started cooking. What to do first? Let's make the braised pork ribs first. Zhang Che turned to look at Tang Yunren. What a coincidence, this is one of my favorite dishes. Oh, of course she knows what you like to eat. What about these? What are they going to do? Braised pork tendons with mushrooms, vinegar-cooked chicken, boiled fish fillets. They are all my favorite dishes. As he spoke, Zhang Che moved his face closer to Tang Yunren, deliberately teasing her and saying, have you secretly inquired about my preferences? No, no. Tang Yunren did secretly inquire about Zhang Che's preferences, most of which were told to her by Zhang Yuan. Then after her marriage, she secretly enrolled in classes and worked hard to learn cooking skills. She went from being someone who couldn't even cook to being able to cook almost all home-cooked meals. The bitter process, is something that only she can experience. Really? Zhang Che deliberately teased Tang Yunren by raising his eyebrows, making Tang Yunren blush again. It only takes a minute, and you can gain a lot of experience points. Zhang Che saw that the experience value displayed in the system had exceeded 500,000. He really wanted to hug Tang Yunren and kiss her twice excitedly, and then shout, "Long live my wife. Teacher Tang, please teach me how to burn it quickly." You, what did you call me? Tang Yunren looked at Zhang Che with wide eyes. She seriously suspected that she had just heard a hallucination. Teacher Tang, teacher, why did you call me that? You teach me cooking, isn't it right for me to call you teacher? You, don't call me that. Love experience value plus 548. That's what I like to call you, teacher. Please teach me quickly, teacher. Tang Yunren was smoking on the spot. Love experience value plus 1000. I told you not to call me that. Okay, teacher. Quote. In the end, Tang Yunren's face was all red during the entire cooking process. Zhang Che counted the experience points he had just gained in the kitchen. A total of 834,566 points were earned. Exchanged into soft sister coins, it would be more than 800,000 yuan. Tang Yunren made so much money for him just by cooking. She is really the best wife in the world. Eat shrimp, thank you for your hard work. Zhang Che put the peeled shrimp into Tang Yunren's bowl. Tang Yunren looked at Zhang Che blankly. You cooked the food, and it was you who worked hard. It's mainly due to your teaching. What's the point of teaching? I just use my mouth. I'm so stupid. It's you, the teacher, who has the hardest time teaching students like me. Call her teacher again. Doesn't he feel any shame at all? Hurry up and try it. How do you like the prawns I made? This is my first time. First, Tang Yunren blushed, her brows filled with happiness that could hardly be concealed. Love experience value plus 333. She picked up the shrimp and put it in her mouth when she saw Zhang Che looking at her with wide eyes. Why are you looking at me like that? Is it tasty? It's pretty good. In fact, with Zhang Che staring at her so directly, she no longer knew what the taste was in her mouth. Probably too sweet. That's good. Can I peel off another one for you? I can peel it myself. Your hand is injured, let me peel it off for you. With that said, Zhang Che peeled another shrimp and put it in Tang Yunren's bowl. Love experience value plus 678. Next, every time Zhang Che peeled off one, the system sounded a payment prompt. His parents said it was hard to make money during the day, but look how easy it is. Ahem, Deng Lanfang cleared her throat. If Xiaoran and her grandfather hadn't left, someone would have peeled the shrimp for me. Upon hearing this, Zhang Che immediately peeled a shrimp for Deng Lanfang. Grandma, you eat. Good boy, be filial. Deng Lanfang ate happily, looking at Zhang Che with as kind a look as possible, as if she already regarded Zhang Che as her own child. After dinner, Xiaoran, please send Xiaozhang off. Well, okay, Grandma. The sun sets very late in the summer. When they came down from upstairs, it was just as the sun was setting and night was falling. The sunset on the horizon was very beautiful. In the end, after just 2 steps, he arrived at the downstairs of Zhang Che's community. Both of them were still unsatisfied. That's it. Tang Yunren looked at Building 9 in front of her and stopped. As soon as Zhang Yuan got out of the elevator, he saw Zhang Che and Tang Yunren standing outside. Chapter 51. That girl, isn't it the photo on her brother's cell phone? It turns out that she is not fake, but actually exists in reality. My God, this young lady is really not photogenic, she is even more beautiful in person than in the photo. Can her brother catch such a beautiful girl? I also want to express my love. It will definitely be rejected. Zhang Che regretted it. He had chosen Building 9 on purpose, to be close to Dang Lanfang's home. It was better now, the two buildings were so close, Tang Yunren was over before he could take a few steps away. How about I take you back? Without waiting for Tang Yunren's reply, Zhang Che continued, the murderer committed by a strong woman has not been caught yet, so I don't feel comfortable letting you go back as a girl. Tang Yunren nodded. She was just thinking about finally being alone with Zhang Che, but it ended before she even took 2 steps, which felt too short. Zhang Yuan blinked as he watched the two people leaving. I didn't know if she saw it wrong just now. She felt like the pretty young lady was blushing. Doesn't she like her brother? Impossible. Zhang Yuan looked toward the sunset in the west. It should be because of the sunset. Yes, that must be the case. It was also very close from Chushui community to Tang Yunren's community. The 10-minute walk ended up taking half an hour for the two of them. In this way, the two of them still felt that the road was too short. There is a park ahead, should we go there and take a walk? Zhang Che suggested. Good. The two continued to press the road while chatting. As the old saying goes, one person can walk fast, two people can walk far. Zhang Che didn't feel tired at all. Not to mention the journey, as long as Tang Yunren was willing to accompany him, he could just walk around Zhongcheng tonight. Why did your family move to Chushui community? Tang Yunren asked curiously. The scenery here is nice. But it's expensive to rent a house here, right? It's not a rental. Ah, Tang Yunren stopped and looked up at Zhang Che with a puzzled expression. Not rented, that is, bought. Tang Yunren looked at Zhang Che with a surprised expression. Tang Yunren knew Zhang Che's family very well. They came from the countryside and had little financial foundation. Zhang Che's parents were ordinary working families, and Zhang Yuan's leg required expensive medical expenses. How can they have money to buy a house? I won the first prize in the lottery, and then part of it bought a house. The remaining money was invested in stocks and I made a lot of money. Winning the first prize by buying lottery tickets. Such a lucky thing never happened to Zhang Che in his previous life. As for buying stocks, Zhang Che was also very lucky in his previous life. After buying a few medical device stocks, they started to skyrocket within a short time. So the current situation is due to her rebirth butterfly effect, which caused such a good thing to happen to Zhang Che in advance. That's pretty good. It's really good. I have my own house, and I feel like my heart is in the right place. And I also have enough money to send my sister to the hospital for medical treatment. The family will get better and better. Zhang Che looked at the moon rising in the sky. Said with emotion. Tang Yunren looked at Zhang Che's profile, giving her a young and mature feeling, not at all like what an 18-year-old college student should look like. By the way, are you free this weekend? Zhang Che turned his head and looked at Tang Yunren beside him. I'm free. Tang Yunren lowered her head as soon as she spoke. Why doesn't she be a little more reserved? Love experience value plus 123. Zhang Che looked at Tang Yunren's cute little expression and almost couldn't help but touch her. Tomorrow I have an appointment with Fatty, Li Hao, my friend, whom you met last time we had a social gathering. I know, he has a girlfriend, Mei Xin, as you know, and he said he wanted to treat me to dinner. They were a couple, and I used to eat dog food, so I thought you could share the dog food with me when you have time. Quote. It's okay, it's just that, Tang Yunren frowned. Zhang Che's friend Li Hao's wife in the previous life was Mei Xin. At that time, she and Zhang Che attended the full moon party for Li Hao's third child. Later, Mei Xin was caught cheating on her. Mei Xin begged him to forgive her, and Li Hao also forgave her for a moment. Li Hao could forgive her, but Li Hao's parents couldn't get over the hurdle, so they secretly took their 3 grandchildren to the hospital for a paternity test. After the paternity test was done, the old couple collapsed and were admitted to the hospital. Just what? Zhang Che's words interrupted Tang Yunren's thoughts. Nothing. After Tang Yunren took a few steps, she struggled back and forth in her heart, and finally decided that she had to speak out. Zhang Che, I'm not saying bad things about Mei Xin, but I think she is not suitable for Li Hao. Zhang Che stopped, looked at Tang Yunren calmly, deliberately pretended to be stupid and asked, "Why did you say that?" "What should I say?" Tang Yunren bit her lower lip anxiously. She couldn't tell Zhang Che that she was actually reborn and knew Li Hao's tragic end after marrying Mei Xin. Will he believe it? If he believed it, he would have been born again. Just when Tang Yunren had a headache, Zhang Che's voice sounded. "You don't have to talk to me. Just say whatever you know. I will trust you 100%. Believe her 100%. This kind of thing is difficult to do even among the closest relatives, right?" He actually said such things to her. In an instant, indescribable emotion surged into my heart like a tide. To be honest, it feels good to be trusted. Love experience value plus 546. On the day of the sorority, I had a private chat with Mei Xin and several other girls. This girl named Mei Xin felt quite snobbish. She said that when choosing a boyfriend, you must choose a rich one, otherwise it would be difficult to go on a date, eat or buy anything. It's stumbling. Anyway, it makes me feel, well, not very good. After saying this, Tang Yunren began to worry again. When she said this, she always felt like she was speaking ill of others behind their backs. She usually dislikes people who speak ill of others behind their backs, but now she has done so. She wonders what Zhang Che will think of her. Will he think she is bad? If you say that, then I have to remind Fatty. Zhang Che raised his hand and touched his chin. Tang Yunren suddenly raised her head and looked at Zhang Che. Did he not even doubt her? Did he really believe her unconditionally? "Do you believe what I say?" "Of course I believe it," Zhang Che replied without thinking. Tang Yunren raised her hand and touched her heart, feeling so moved that she could not speak. Love experience value plus 521. It's just that I haven't figured out how to make Fatty believe it. Zhang Che has been thinking about this matter. At this moment, Tang Yunren suddenly grabbed his wrist, pulled him into a hidden place in the woods, and stuck to him tightly. "Why are you so proactive all of a sudden? You don't want to do something with him in the woods, do you? If this is the case, will he have some collision of ice and fire with Tang Yunren?" At this moment, Zhang Che was more nervous than ever before. It wasn't that he wasn't calm enough, it was just that the girl was too close to him, so close that he could clearly feel the girl's breath and smell the faint scent of medicine on her body. Torture. Deadly. If he continues to tolerate it, he will no longer be a man. Zhang Che took a deep breath, raised his hand, and put his arm around Tang Yunren's waist. "Look, is that person Mei Xin?" "Ha." Zhang Che hung his raised hand dryly, and after being stunned for 2 seconds, he followed Tang Yunren's gaze. "I saw a man and a woman playing bow, and the battle was very fierce. Taking a closer look, who could that woman be if she wasn't Mei Xin? But that man, as thin as a bamboo pole, was definitely not Li Hao. He thought that Mei Xin had an affair after she got married to Li Hao, but he didn't expect that at this time, he would start to cast a wide net and open up wasteland. He wanted to take a photo with his cell phone and send it to Li Hao so that he could live a new life. He couldn't just watch his good brother fall into the hands of such a scumbag." Just when Zhang Che was about to take out his mobile phone, he found Tang Yunren taking pictures. "I've taken the photo, why don't you send it to your friend quickly? It's just that the angle is not very good." Zhang Che looked at Tang Yunren but said nothing. He forwarded the photo Tang Yunren sent him just now to Li Hao. By this time, Mei Xin and the thin man with a bamboo pole had finished having love, and they left hand in hand. After Li Hao received the photo, he called Zhang Che immediately. "Brother, you are not kidding me, are you? Today is not April Fool's Day. Even if it is April Fool's Day, this joke cannot be made. Do you think I have enough time to make a joke like this with you? It's impossible, Xingxin is not that kind of person. Then what kind of person do you think I am? But, how is this possible? You don't know, Xingxin and I have been getting along for a while, and Xingxin is really nice. Then how do you explain this photo?" After 2 seconds of silence, Li Hao spoke. "Lao Zhang, are you really not kidding me and deliberately sending me a composite photo? Ranran is with me, she took this photo. So So it's true. Ask her yourself. Good. After Li Hao hung up the phone with Zhang Che, he immediately dialed Mei Xin's number. Mei Xin was making out with Spare Tire when she suddenly received a call from Li Hao, with a somewhat guilty look on her face. I'm going to the bathroom. Mei Xin made an excuse to go to the bathroom before pressing answer button. Hello, Xingxin, where are you now? I am home. Can you turn on the video? Turn on the video. She is in the park bathroom now, and if she plays the video, she will be exposed. Hello. Li Hao heard that there was no sound on the phone, and his heart began to beat. The photos Zhang Che posted are not real, right? I'm in the bathroom, so it's not convenient for me to take the video. What can I do for you? After Li Hao hesitated for 2 seconds, he sent the photo to Mei Xin. Mei Xin was shocked when she saw the photo. Who took this photo? It was actually sent to Li Hao. What should I do? What should I do? Mei Xin was extremely panicked. Xingxin, is that you in the photo? Not me. Mei Xin rejected it outright. Li Hao, believe me, the person in this photo is really not me. Who sent you this photo? Are you jealous of our show of affection, so you want to deliberately sabotage us? This photo was sent by his good brother Zhang Che. If it were anyone else, he might think so. But Zhang Che won't. Regardless of the fact that Zhang Che is his brother, Zhang Che is now with the Tang School beauty. Will he be jealous of him? If the affair between Zhang Che and Tang Yunren is exposed, all the male students in the school will be jealous of Zhang Che, right? Don't worry about who sent this photo. Let me ask you, tell me honestly, is the person in this photo actually you? As soon as Li Hao finished speaking, he heard crying coming from the other end of the phone. Li Hao, I'm so disappointed in you. I thought you were worthy of my life, but I didn't expect you to doubt me because of a photo of unknown origin. When Li Hao heard that Mei Xin was crying, he suddenly felt anxious and distressed. I'm sorry, Xingxin, it's my fault, I shouldn't not believe you. But this photo. I know that you trust the person who sent you the photo. This photo may be real, but the background is so dark and the face in the photo is a bit blurry. Even if it looks like me, you can't tell that it's me. Mei Xin cried with sobs and her tone was extremely aggrieved. That makes sense. Why didn't he think of it just now? Okay, I won't say anything anymore. Since you don't believe me, you won't believe me no matter how I explain. Forget it, let's break up. Mei Xin's move is to retreat in order to advance. Hearing this, Li Hao was immediately frightened. I'm sorry, I was wrong, Xingxin, give me another chance. You don't even believe me. Woo woo woo. I'm sorry, all my mistakes are my fault. I swear I will never doubt you again. If I doubt you again, I will fall off the scale and lose 10 pounds in a week. 5 minutes later, Zhang Che received a call from Li Hao. Lao Zhang, you have misunderstood Xingxin. The girl in the photo is not Xingxin, she just looks like Xingxin. Zhang Che had actually guessed such a result. When it comes to scheming, Li Hao, whose intelligence is alarming, is no match for Mei Xin. After thinking for a while, he said in a very serious tone, Fat man, I want to test her this weekend. What are you going to do? Li Hao became nervous. Lao Zhang, I regard you as my brother, don't go too far. Hearing what Li Hao said, Zhang Che thought of what he said to Tang Yunren before. I stand up for my brothers, and I stand up for women. Sure enough. Don't worry, I won't do anything excessive to Mei Xin. I am sensible. After hanging up the phone, Tang Yunren immediately asked, he doesn't believe it. If it were me and the fat man sent you a photo, I would not only not believe it, but I would beat him even fatter. How annoying. Tang Yunren turned her head away and came out of the woods as if running away. Love experience value plus 412. At this time, Tang Yunren's cell phone rang, and the call was from Tang Faizan. Shaoran, it's so late, why don't you come back? It's very dangerous for a girl to be outside. Come back quickly. My parents, my eldest brother and my second brother are all very worried. I'm not alone. With who? Zhang Che. Then don't be in such a hurry to come back, have fun. I'll take care of my parents, elder brother and second brother. Have fun. Don't come back so early. Beep. The phone was hung up. Tang Yunren. Is this from your third brother? Zhang Che looked at Tang Yunren's cell phone and asked. He asked you to go back. He told me not to rush back. Zhang Che and Tang Yunren looked at each other. After a few seconds, Zhang Che cleared his throat and said, "There is a KFC nearby. Do you want to go and sit inside?" Tang Yunren nodded. The two of them played until very late. As soon as Zhang Che returned home, he was grabbed by Zhang Yuan. "Please be gentle, your clothes will be torn. Come on, tell me, is that young lady just now really my future sister-in-law?" Zhang Yuan asked eagerly with his round and big eyes wide open. "You remove the word, future. Really, are you sure? Brother, please tell me, how did you deceive her? Did you use some shameful and dirty means?" Zhang Che was speechless when he heard that scream, and started to pull Zhang Yuan's face. "It hurts. You still know it hurts. You are your brother. Listen for yourself. What words do you use?" "I'm telling the truth, Zhang Che. I relied on my own masculine charm to attract her, okay?" Zhang Yuan looked at Zhang Che with suspicious eyes. "If you don't believe me, I don't want to explain it to you." After Zhang Che opened the door, he turned back to look at Zhang Yuan. "By the way, ask Mom to accompany you to the hospital tomorrow. I have something to do." "What are you doing?" Zhang Che turned around and grinned at Zhang Yuan, revealing a row of neat white teeth. Zhang Yuan was really taken aback by Zhang Che's smile and pushed his wheelchair 2 steps back. "Date." Zhang Che said 2 words with raised eyebrows. "Go, go, go. You are showing off your dog food in the middle of the night, don't you have any bad character?" "What, envy? I'm so envious. I'll have one too in the future." Hearing this, Zhang Che didn't rush back to the room and strode to Zhang Yuan, looking at Zhang Yuan with a very serious expression. What are you doing? Didn't you take your medicine today?" Zhang Che grabbed Zhang Yuan's arm with some force. As if shocked, Zhang Yuan immediately sat upright and looked at Zhang Che with wide eyes. "Go and take medicine quickly." Zhang Che took a deep breath and said, "Zhang Yuan, let me tell you a fortune. You are not suitable for marriage in this life. If you get married, your destiny will be ruined and you will become very bad." Zhang Yuan twitched the corners of his mouth speechlessly. "When did you learn to tell fortunes?" "Everything I say is true. If you want to get rid of this bad luck, the only noble person is me. So regarding your marriage, you must listen to me." Zhang Che's words sounded more and more outrageous to Zhang Yuan's ears. "I think in your case, you can't take the medicine anymore. You have to ask Wang Tai Sin to take a look at it. You do not believe me. I believe you are sick." Quote. "Mom, come quickly. Brother is sick again." Quote. "Mom is very busy now and has no time to care about you." "Mother, stop shouting, it will delay your younger brothers and sisters from coming to our house." Quote. The next day, Saturday, Zhang Che and Li Hao made an appointment to meet at KTV. Zhang Che, who arrived first, was waiting at the door to blow the wind. "Sorry about the traffic jam, I'll be there soon." Tang Yunren was sitting in the taxi and making a phone call. "It's okay, I just arrived." In fact, he has been blowing the wind at the door for more than 10 minutes. In her previous life, Tang Yunren had waited for him for so long without any regrets. It was only 10 minutes. He should have waited. When Tang Yunren arrived, she found Zhang Che standing at the door. Her intuition told her that he must have waited for more than a few minutes. Looking at Zhang Che, who only had eyes for herself, Tang Yunren was deeply moved. Love experience value plus 358. "The fat man is waiting inside, let's go in." "Yes." Tang Yunren nodded obediently, followed Zhang Che, and walked into the KTV with her. In the private room, Li Hao and Mei Xin were feeding each other popcorn, looking as loving as they could be. Zhang Che and Tang Yunren looked at each other and instantly understood the meaning in each other's eyes. "Must be broken up. Do you have any idea?" Tang Yunren asked quietly in Zhang Che's ear. "Well, I already thought of a way last night. In fact, it was Zhang Yuan's idea, and he found it very useful." "What method?" Tang Yunren asked curiously. "It's better you don't know." The idea that the girl Zhang Yuan gave him was to use a beauty trick plus money to lure Mei Xin into showing off her foxtail. It's better not to let Tang Yunren know about this plan to prevent her from being unhappy. Tang Yunren looked at Zhang Che with suspicious eyes. "Can't tell her. What is the solution?" Zhang Che kept looking for an opportunity. Half an hour later, he finally waited until Mei Xin went to the bathroom. I'm going to the bathroom and I'll be right back. After Zhang Che said something to Tang Yunren, he quietly glanced at Li Hao. Li Hao followed him out. Fat man, no matter what happens later, don't show your face. Zhang Che told Li Hao solemnly. Lao Zhang, please take it easy. If you make Xingxin cry, I won't let you off lightly. Do not worry. When the conversation ended, Mei Xin came out of the bathroom. I'm going. Zhang Che asked Li Hao to hide aside, and he walked out. Mei Xin, wait a minute. Zhang Che called to Mei Xin. At this time, Tang Yunren happened to come over, and after seeing this, she hurriedly hid. What's the matter? Mei Xin looked at Zhang Che with a puzzled look. Zhang Che walked towards Mei Xin with an imposing manner. Mei Xin was forced to retreat to the wall by the super male hormones emanating from Zhang Che. Zhang Che stretched out his hand and knocked Mei Xin against the wall. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Li Hao was stunned. Mei Xin was stunned. There was also Tang Yunren whose pupils were dilated in disbelief. You, what are you doing? Mei Xin stared at Zhang Che with shocked eyes. Looking at this enlarged handsome face at close range, she couldn't help but feel like a deer. Women love handsome guys, and men love beautiful women. It's natural. Although in her eyes, Zhang Che has no money, this does not prevent her from admiring this handsome and foul face. What am I doing? I'm so obvious, can't you see? Zhang Che said, deliberately pretending to be interested in Mei Xin. He actually banged his girlfriend. He didn't even make a fuss. Li Hao rolled up his sleeves and was about to rush forward to fight Zhang Che. At this moment, what Zhang Che said to him suddenly popped into his mind. Fat man, no matter what happens, don't show your face. Li Hao took back his stepped foot. Zhang Che is his brother, and he doesn't believe that Zhang Che would do anything to disgrace his brother. Just wait and see. Tang Yunren clutched the clothes in front of her chest and watched the scene unfolding with her eyes wide open. At this moment, her heart was spinning 1,000 times. Mei Xin is an expert in love, and Zhang Che made everything clear. She would be a fool if she didn't understand. Zhang Che, you really shouldn't do this. I'm your brother's girlfriend. Hearing this, Li Hao thought in his heart. You see, he said that he was the only one in Xingxin's eyes, and she was definitely not the kind of scumbag who was always around. I know you are my brother's girlfriend, so I have tolerated it until now. I don't want to tolerate it anymore, because I found that I have already been deeply in love with you. After Zhang Che said these words, he almost vomited in disgust. In his mind, he complained wildly about Zhang Yuan and gave him some disgusting lines about killing people and not paying for their lives. Zhang Yuan gave him special training last night, acting as his tool and cooperating with him in acting. He also said that you must look at each other with affectionate eyes, the same kind of eyes that look at the whole world. To be honest, he really couldn't do it when he was asked to look at a scumbag like Mei Xin with affectionate eyes. But for the sake of Li Hao, he could only endure it, so he simply imagined Mei Xin to be Tang Yunren. Zhang Che. Tang Yunren called Zhang Che's name in her heart. At first she thought Zhang Che was just acting, but now after seeing Zhang Che's affectionate and unrepentant eyes, she felt like a knife suddenly pierced her heart, and she felt suffocated. Gradually, the eyes turned red. After Mei Xin looked at Zhang Che carefully, she was sure that everything Zhang Che said came from the heart. She was really charming. She didn't even show off towards Zhang Che, but she didn't expect that he would take the bait. Aren't you with Tang Yunren? I heard that she is the campus beauty of Zhongcheng University. How could you like me? What's wrong with the school beauty? In my eyes, she's not as good looking as you. Zhang Che said that, but he kept apologizing to Tang Yunren in his heart. I'm sorry, but what he said is all false. You are many times prettier than Mei Xin. Pa-ta. Tears fell from the corners of her eyes unsatisfactorily, and Tang Yunren bit her lower lip tightly. The bite turned white. The bite turned blue. The red eyes are getting redder and redder, and tears are rolling back and forth in the eyes. It will burst out of my eyes again in the next second. Mei Xin felt very proud. It's a pleasure to be liked by others, but I only like Li Hao. After Li Hao breathed a long sigh of relief, he looked into Mei Xin's eyes with deep affection and emotion. Hey, that's really a pity. Originally, I wanted to take you for a drive. Zhang Che shook his head and said. Drive. Mei Xin got the key word. When she was chatting with Li Hao, she told Zhang Che that his family conditions were not very good and he rented an old house in a suburban community. With their family's conditions, can they afford to buy a car? But having said that, ordinary people can still afford a car worth RMB 20,000 to RMB 30,000. Of course, if you can't afford to buy it, you can't afford to drive it, and the maintenance and oil expenses are all money. I bought a car and took care of it. It's different for rich people. When they buy a car, they just serve others, and they don't feel bad at all if they bump into someone. Yes, my dad just bought me a car. Originally, I thought that if you promised me, I would take you out on a date. When Zhang Che said this, he reached into his pocket and took it out, deliberately pretending to accidentally take out the key and drop it on the ground. BMW car key. Mei Xin's eyes suddenly widened like bells, and he looked at the car keys on the ground with a light of 100,000 volts. By the way, when she and Li Hao came up just now, they saw a brand new BMW parked not far from Zhang Che. At that time, she also asked Li Hao, "How much does this car cost?" Li Hao replied to her and said that he would get more than 700,000 yuan. More than 700,000 yuan. This is not a small sum of money. Li Hao's family is already in very good condition. He also has a car, but his father drove it for him for 2 years. She remembered that it was more than 200,000. She thinks that a college student driving a car worth 200,000 yuan is already very powerful. Basically, ordinary college students still use WeChat to scan bicycles. If you analyze it like this, the BMW you saw before coming up actually belongs to Zhang Che. This car really belongs to your family. It's not rented, right? If it is really Zhang Che, their family is definitely richer than Li Hao's family. Moreover, Zhang Che is more handsome than Li Hao and has a better figure than Li Hao. He was looking at her so infatuated just now and even said that she was prettier tang Yunren. Although she is a bit narcissistic, she is not blind. Tang Yunren is much prettier than her. Zhang Che actually said she was pretty. What does this mean? It shows that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Zhang Che really fell in love with her. Of course it belongs to our family, we just bought it. But I heard from Li Hao that you came from the countryside and have been renting a house. How can you afford to buy a BMW? You can't rent a house if you have money. Our family is low-key. After hearing this, Mei Xin felt that it made sense. But this does not prove that the car belongs to Zhang Che's family. I forgot to tell Fatty that we have moved and just bought a house in Chushui Community. Chushui Community, the one near Chushui Park. I heard that housing prices there are not cheap. Fortunately, they are all old houses, and they only cost more than 20,000 yuan per square meter. Mei Xin stared at Zhang Che, not feeling at all that he was lying. Both the words he spoke and Zhang Che's expression were natural. So are you in installments? Paid in full. Full payment, even if it's a 50 square meter apartment with 1 bedroom and 1 living room, it still costs more than 1 million, right? What I bought is 3 bedrooms and 1 living room, more than 100 square meters, and more than 2 million yuan. Zhang Che spoke very calmly, but Mei Xin couldn't calm down at all. Not only was he not calm, he was almost excited. Is everything you said true? What's the point of making this up? Our family bought 3 houses in Chushui Community and a villa in Zaijiangkang. Zhang Che said as he clicked on his phone and showed the photo of the real estate certificate to Mei Xin. Mei Xin's eyes almost popped out of her head. Unexpectedly, Zhang Che turned out to be a hidden rich second generation. Hey, Zhang Che sighed with regret on his face. It's a pity. There's no way that everyone has their own preferences for carrots and vegetables. What you like is my brother, not me. Otherwise, if you want a villa in Zijin City, I can give it to you. Give her the villa in Zijin City. A villa in Zijin City costs 4 to 5 million. I heard it's nearly 10 million. She just saw that the villa Zhang Che bought was more than 200 square meters, not only 10 million but also 7 or 8 million. Oh my god, is Zhang Che's family so rich? In such a comparison, Li Hao is simply inferior. The more she thought about it, the more excited Mei Xin became. If she could be with Zhang Che, she would really fly up a branch and become a phoenix. All right, Just when Mei Xin was thinking this, Zhang Che's disappointed voice sounded in her ears. Since you like fat people so much, I can't continue to interfere and destroy you. I wish you a long life together and a happy marriage for 100 years. After saying that, Zhang Che glanced at Mei Xin with a somewhat drawn look in his eyes, then closed his eyes and turned around reluctantly. Seeing Zhang Che leaving, Mei Xin hurriedly called to Zhang Che without thinking. Wait a moment, what's wrong? This time it was Zhang Che's turn to pretend to be dumbfounded. Li Hao stared at Mei Xin. What is she going to do? Mei Xin came to Zhang Che, that. He pursed his lips and raised his hand to tuck the hair on his temples behind his ears, showing a shy look. Well, actually after thinking about it, I don't like Li Hao that much. What? Li Hao couldn't believe his ears. No, he must have heard wrong. He didn't believe that his Xingxin would say such a thing. But didn't you just say that you only like fat people? Zhang Che asked. Well, I just lied. You mean, you don't like fat people? Mei Xin nodded. Then since you don't like fatty, why are you still with him? Zhang Che asked what Li Hao especially wanted to know. He keeps pestering me, but I can't help it. I'm not born to reject others. I see that he likes me so much, and I'm afraid that if I reject him, he will be sad. This reason was so well made. Not only did she answer his words, but she also told others indirectly that she, Mei Xin, was so kind. You shouldn't hide it from him. Tell this kind of thing as early as possible, otherwise the longer it is delayed, the more sad he will be. You're right, I should have spoken to him earlier. Then tell him now. Mei Xin was stunned. Go talk to Li Hao now. If you don't tell me, I won't be able to be with you. After all, you are still the fat man's girlfriend in name. If I were to be with you, wouldn't it be equivalent to stealing my brother's girlfriend? But, wouldn't it be bad to say it now? Hey, looks like I can't go driving with you tonight. She's going for a ride. She has never taken a ride in such an expensive car. I'm going to say it now. I'm going to say it now. You don't need to say anything, I heard everything. Li Hao walked out angrily. Mei Xin looked at Li Hao with eyes as wide as bells. Why are you here? Without waiting for Li Hao to answer, Mei Xin suddenly turned her head to look at Zhang Che, then looked back at Li Hao. She got it. You guys banded together to trick me. Now you know it's too late. Zhang Che said coldly, and at the same time he breathed a sigh of relief. The matter of Fatty was finally settled. Mei Xin, I didn't expect you to be this kind of person. Li Hao gritted his teeth and looked at Mei Xin and said. Li Hao, please listen to my explanation, things are not what you think. Mei Xin pulled up Li Hao's sleeves anxiously. She finally figured out that this was the trap set by Zhang Che. She asked why Zhang Che's family suddenly became rich. They owned 3 houses in Chushui community, bought a luxury villa in Zijin City, and drove a BMW worth 700,000 to 800,000 yuan. The logo on the BMW key must have been affixed with a sticker bought by Zhang Che. Also, the photo I sent to Li Hao last night, and the current situation, needless to say, is Zhang Che's fault. It's not what I thought. Do you think I'm stupid? I saw it with my own eyes and heard it with my own ears. Li Hao threw Mei Xin's hand away angrily. Mei Xin, a little man weighing 90 kilograms, could not withstand Li Hao, a fat man weighing 200 kilograms. She stumbled and fell to the ground. Is it pitiful? No one pitied her. She did everything herself. Zhang Che looked at Mei Xin, who looked embarrassed and thought of Li Hao's tragic experience in his previous life. In comparison, the fate she fell into was already light. More than 20 minutes have passed. Tang Yunren must be anxious waiting alone in the private room, right? When Zhang Che returned to the private room, Tang Yunren was no longer there. Where is the person? Where did he go? Went to the bathroom. That's not right. They were on their way to the bathroom just now. If Tang Yunren went to the bathroom, they would definitely get banged. Etc. Zhang Che suddenly thought of something and had a bad guess in his heart. Could it be that Tang Yunren really went to the bathroom just now and encountered the scene of him confessing his love to Mei Xin? No way. So coincidental. Just when Zhang Che took out his mobile phone and was about to call Tang Yunren sent her a message. Sorry, I have something to do and I have to leave first. Zhang Che frowned, a bad feeling growing crazily in his heart. Zhang Che quickly dialed Tang Yunren's number. After a few rings, the phone was hung up. In this situation, needless to say, something must be wrong. If he guessed correctly, there was a high probability that Tang Yunren was involved in what happened just now. Zhang Che felt heartbroken when he thought of Tang Yunren misunderstood and shed tears. No, he had to find her quickly. Zhang Che called Tang Yunren several times on the way, but Tang Yunren didn't answer the phone. In the end, Tang Yunren simply turned off her phone. In the room, Tang Yunren was sitting on the balcony holding her legs. The evening breeze blew the curtains gently, and the sky was pitch black without even a star. I remember it rained tonight. Tang Yunren muttered to herself, looking lonely. She took off the necklace around her neck, looked at the ring on the necklace, and actively played in her mind the scene of Zhang Che putting the ring on her some time ago. As I thought about it, tears fell uncontrollably. Tang Yunren, why are you crying? You have known for a long time that Zhang Che doesn't like you. Even if he comes back to his life, if he doesn't like you, he just doesn't like you. Why are you crying here with self-pity? You can't cry. If you cry again, I will look down on you. You're. Tang Yunren bit her lower lip tightly and tried hard to hold back. The tears no longer fell, but kept spinning in her eyes. It is getting wetter and wetter, and the vision is blocked by teardrops, becoming increasingly blurry. Tang Yunren stood up and held the ring in her hand. She was going to throw the ring away. Say goodbye to the girl she was some time ago and the girl in her previous life. She has had her heart broken by Zhang Che for 2 consecutive lifetimes. She has had enough. It's really enough. Zhang Che, from now on, you will no longer affect my emotions or my life. After Tang Yunren took a deep breath, she raised the hand holding the ring and threw it towards the window. At the same time, Zhang Che drove as fast as possible to the downstairs of Tang Yunren's community. After Zhang Che got out of the car, he called Tang Yunren again, but still turned off his phone. Go straight up. At this time, Tang Yunren's family should all be at home. But now Tang Yunren doesn't answer his phone calls, and if she keeps talking like this, he's afraid that she will burst into tears. Just as Zhang Che was spinning in circles anxiously, Tang Faizan came out of the elevator. Zhang Che, why are you here? Are you here to see Shaoran? Ah, Zhang Che raised his hand and patted his head. In his mind, if Tang Yunren doesn't answer his call, doesn't he have Tang Faizan's contact information? As expected, caring leads to chaos. Brother Sen, do me a favor. What's up? Zhang Che told Tang Faizan roughly what happened just now. It turns out that Shaoran misunderstood. Can you come up with me now? Explain it to her personally. Is there anyone else in your family at home? It seems inappropriate for me to go so late, right? When Tang Faizan heard what Zhang Che said, he felt the same way. Although he agreed with Zhang Che and Shaoran being together, the relationship between his eldest brother and second brother was not easy, and it was really not appropriate to bring Zhang Che up so late. Moreover, there is a misunderstanding between Shaoran and Zhang Che, which cannot be explained clearly in 1 or 2 sentences. At this time, as a man, you may need to use strong and domineering special methods. If the noise is too big, it will attract the attention of their family members. Not good. So let's call Shaoran down. Then wait a moment, I'll ask Shaoran to come down. Sorry, brother senator. We are all a family, it's a shame to say this. Tang Faizan knocked on the door and entered Tang Yunren's room. Third brother, is something wrong? Tang Yunren's eyes were a little red, obviously she had cried. Shaoran, are you crying? I didn't. Tang Yunren turned away. You and Zhang Che have a misunderstanding. Upon hearing this, Tang Yunren immediately turned around and looked at Tang Faizan, her eyes full of doubts. Third brother, he came. What? Tang Yunren was stunned for a moment. Zhang Che is downstairs. He came. What is he here for? Tang Yunren turned away, her eyes flickering. The incandescent lights above the head hit the long and dense eyelashes, and the shadows like butterfly wings trembled slightly. Shaoran, Zhang Che explained to me just now that things are not what you think. Tang Faizan was interrupted by Tang Yunren just halfway through his words. It doesn't matter to me whether that's the case or not. I have already decided that from now on, he and I are 2 parallel lines that do not intersect. We will never have anything to do with each other in the future. What Tang Yunren said was not actually to Tang Faizan, but to her own determination. At this time, she was still holding the ring tightly in her hand that she wanted to throw away just now. Shaoran, listen to me. Third brother. Tang Yunren interrupted Tang Faizan again, took Tang Faizan's hand, and pushed the ring tightly into Tang Faizan's hand. Help me return this to him. Ring. Tang Faizan stared at the ring in his hand with wide eyes. Fortunately, he was worried that their development would be slow and not smooth enough. Unexpectedly, the relationship between the two was so good that he even gave them rings. Shaoran, it's really a misunderstanding. Listen to me. No, you'd better go down and listen to him explain it to you personally. Third brother, I'm tired, I want to rest. As soon as Tang Yunren finished speaking, a thunderbolt suddenly exploded, as if to tear the night apart. Followed by, crash, the rain poured down. Tang Yunren subconsciously moved her toes towards the window, wanting to see if Zhongche had left, but in the end she held back. She had made up her mind. From now on, she will be her, and Zhongche will be Zhongche. Tang Faizan strode to the window and closed it. Is he stupid? Why is he standing down there in the rain? Tang Faizan tilted his head and looked down. Tang Yunren's pupils dilated slightly and she glanced sideways towards the window. She has to endure it. Shaoran, come here and take a look. Zhongche is really in the rain, and he is looking up. Tang Yunren's heart tightened. If it continues to rain so heavily, something will happen to people. Tang Faizan looked at Tang Yunren's hand that was hanging down by her side and kept closing, and knew that she could not be as cruel to Zhongche as she said. It seems that he has to come up with his trump card. No, he fainted. Hearing this, Tang Yunren couldn't bear it anymore and hurriedly ran towards the window. Tang Faizan quickly closed the window and drew the curtains. Third brother, get out of the way. Tang Yunren said anxiously. I won't let you. Since you have decided to cut off all relations with him, then cut it off completely and don't be soft-hearted. This Zhongche can make my sister sad, even if it is a misunderstanding. He deserves to be soaked to death. You don't worry about his life or death. Tang Faizan blocked the window and refused to let him go. Tang Yunren raised her head anxiously to look, but Tang Faizan pulled up the curtains and couldn't see anything. 10 seconds later, Tang Yunren turned around and walked quickly towards the door. As soon as Tang Yunren opened the door, she heard Tang Faizan shout from behind, don't forget to bring your umbrella. She finally figured it out, her third brother did it on purpose. Ziggy knew that when she thought that Zhongche was still pouring rain down there, she couldn't care less and quickly went downstairs with her umbrella. As soon as he went there, he saw Zhongche standing in the rain, dripping wet from head to toe. Ran. When Zhongche saw Tang Yun, his eyes suddenly lit up, and he walked over in no hurry, deliberately continuing to stand in the rain, waiting for Tang Yunren to come over. Tang Yunren was anxious and angry, so she came over with an umbrella and raised it over Zhongche's head. Zhongche was as wet as a drowned rat. The rainwater flowed down from his hair to his t-shirt to his pants and then to his shoes, which showed how big this sudden thunderstorm was. What are you doing? Why are you standing in the rain? What do you mean by doing this? As she spoke, Tang Yunren's eyes became moist. Of course, listen to me. You don't have to tell me anything. You can like whoever you like. There's no need to explain to me. Of course, I have absolutely no such thoughts towards Mei Xin. I said, you don't need to explain, I know you have always treated me as a friend. Me too, so you don't need to have so much psychological burden. That's it, don't come to me again in the future. Quote. As soon as she finished speaking, Tang Yunren stuffed the umbrella into Zhongche's arms, turned around and ran away. Seeing this, Zhongche acted more than thought, threw away his umbrella, rushed forward, and held Tang Yunren in his arms. Tang Yunren was frightened by Zhongche's sudden move, and she instinctively pushed Zhongche. Of course, I only like you. Tang Yunren was stunned on the spot. What did she just hear? He said he only likes her. No way, Zhongche is confessing his love to her. Or was it raining too hard and she was hallucinating? Zhongche felt the stiffness of the person in his arms, and his brows knitted into knots. He originally wanted to wait until Valentine's Day to confess his love to Tang Yunren, but he just said it out of desperation. Quickly changing the subject, he also planned to spend an unforgettable romantic Chinese Valentine's Day with Tang Yunren. So this is not the time to confess. You forgot, my purpose today is to break up Fatty and Mei Xin. What I said and did to Mei Xin in the KTV just now was just to make Mei Xin show her fox tail. In my sister's words, she said that this method is most effective for powerful women. Ah, Tang Yunren raised her head, looking dumbfounded. She has not yet recovered from her daze. I said. Zhang Che repeated what he just said. This time Tang Yunren reacted. Yes, how could she forget this? Before coming, she had agreed with Zhang Che that she would find a way to make Li Hao recognize Mei Xin's true face. Then why didn't you tell me earlier? I'm afraid you'll be unhappy if I tell you. What am I unhappy about? Afraid that you would be angry. I would sacrifice myself and use a beauty trick. Hearing this, Tang Yunren raised her eyebrows. To be honest, she was a little unhappy that Zhang Che used his handsomeness to seduce other girls. You should have said that. If he had said it earlier, she would have been a little bit angry at most. You're right, I should have told you earlier. Zhang Che said bitterly. If he had known that such a misunderstanding and result would occur, he would definitely tell Tang Yunren in advance. A sneeze, Zhang Che sneezed suddenly. You're sick. Tang Yunren became nervous. No, I sneezed twice. I guess someone is missing me. Who do you think is missing me? Zhang Che deliberately brought his face close to Tang Yunren's. Love experience value plus 169. You don't mind getting wet. Tang Yunren blushed and turned her head to one side. Zhang Che looked at Tang Yunren in a shy state and wanted to tease her again, but now the rain was getting heavier and heavier. He was in good health and Tang Yunren had just recovered from illness 2 days ago. Considering this, Zhang Che took Tang Yunren to the corridor to take shelter from the rain. A sneeze. Zhang Che sneezed 3 times in a row, and when he sneezed for the 4th time, he didn't sneeze halfway through. My nose is a little sore. The head is still a little heavy. You are sick. Tang Yunren stood on tiptoe and raised her hand to touch Zhang Che's forehead, which felt cold. It's okay. Ah gee, it's really not, ah gee. Maybe I really have a cold. Zhang Che clearly felt that he was becoming top-heavy. It shouldn't be. How could he get sick because of being exposed to the rain because of his physical condition? Regardless of his health, it must have been raining too much. What should we do? Tang Yunren frowned anxiously. I'll just go back and take some medicine. It's raining so hard, are you going back? How about I go up with you? Zhang Che asked in return. Follow her up. Her parents and 3 brothers are all at home. Let's not mention the 3rd brother for now. If she really brings Zhang Che up, how should she explain it? Looking at Tang Yunren, who was frowning, Zhang Che gently smoothed the girl's eyebrows with his fingers. Smile, young man, and your head will turn white. If you frown nervously, you will get wrinkles early. You just got wrinkles. Tang Yunren flattened her mouth and said angrily. She is only 18 years old now, okay. Have you ever seen an 18-year-old with wrinkles? Let alone 18 years old, even though she was in her early 30s in her previous life, she didn't have a single wrinkle, okay. Not even a single fine line. Sneeze, Zhang Che sneezed again and sniffed his pantothenic nose. It's raining so hard and it's very cold outside. You haven't been sick for long, so don't get sick from the cold again. You go back first, and I'll go home and change clothes. How can that be done? Although it's not far from here to your home, there is still a long way to go. You are already sick in the rain. If you go back wearing these wet clothes, your condition will definitely worsen. It's okay, you don't have to worry, I'm in good physical condition and strong. Ah gee. Are you so disrespectful? Tang Yunren was worried to death, but now that she saw Zhang Che like this, she was even more worried. No more words, I'm going back first. As soon as Zhang Che turned around and left, his arm was grabbed by Tang Yunren. Zhang Che looked back in confusion, but before he could say anything, Tang Yunren's voice sounded first. Come upstairs with me. The tone was firm. Ah. Zhang Che could understand what Tang Yunren said, but he was a little bit unable to react when Tang Yunren said this suddenly. You go to my house. Tang Yunren said again. No, is this appropriate? Your family is at home, and you just take me up here, is that okay? I'll ask 3rd brother to help. 3 minutes later. Tang Yunren received a message from Tang Faizan. You bring Zhang Che up. I've taken care of everything. They are all in their rooms. You bring Zhang Che up quietly and make as little noise as possible. I'll cover you. Third brother has taken care of it, let's go up. Tang Yunren looked at Zhang Che and said. Do you really want to go up? Zhang Che clearly felt his heart beating faster. It's a bit exciting. Soon, Zhang Che followed Tang Yunren upstairs and came to the door of 1702. Just as Tang Yunren was about to take out the key and open the door opened from inside. Tang Yunren and Zhang Che both breathed a sigh of relief after seeing it was Tang Faizan. It frightened them. They were afraid that someone other than Tang Faizan opened the door. You guys come in quickly and be quiet. Tang Faizan whispered. Zhang Che and Tang Yunren nodded in unison. Tang Yunren came in first, put on her pink slippers, and then found a pair of blue men's slippers and placed them in front of Zhang Che. Zhang Che looked at the slippers on her feet and thought that they belonged to either Tang Yunren's father or her other two brothers. Let's go. Tang Yunren turned around and whispered to him. Zhang Che followed Tang Yunren secretly and quietly went to Tang Yunren's room. At this time, Tang Phelan came out of the room and his eyes fell on the door of Tang Yunren's room that had just been closed. Just now he seemed to have seen someone else follow Tang Yunren into the room. Ranran's best friend is here. Tang Phelan thought it was Jin Xiaoqiao. Crash, la la, la la. The rain fell harder, hitting the glass windows with crackling sounds. Tang Phelan looked away from the window and became confused. It's so late and it's raining so heavily. It's impossible for Jin Xiaoqiao to come, right? Most likely he was wrong. Just when he turned to go to the bathroom, a sudden boom came from Tang Yunren's room. What's the movement? Tang Faizan's doubtful eyes fell on Tang Yunren's door again. In the room, Zhang Che was at the bottom and Tang Yunren was lying in Zhang Che's arms. The two looked at each other in surprise. Just a few seconds ago, Zhang Che was soaked and his feet slipped and he accidentally slipped. Tang Yunren looked at Zhang Che who was about to fall down, and reflexively stretched out her hand to hug Zhang Che's arm. Tang Yunren's small body couldn't hold Zhang Che back, and they both fell down together. Zhang Che was afraid that Tang Yunren would fall, so he put the back of his head down, hugged Tang Yunren and protected her in his arms, and made a human cushion for Tang Yunren. Nothing terrible happened. He originally thought it would be a mouth-to-mouth fight like in the TV series, but the reality was that Tang Yunren's forehead hit his chin. It hurts. If this were a fake chin, it would definitely fall off. How are you? Tang Yunren rubbed Zhang Che's chin with her hand. Zhang Che looked at Tang Yunren, who was still lying on top of him, and almost blurted out, "It feels great. A little pain. If men blindly act like heroes and act strong in front of women, they will lose many wonderful opportunities. Therefore, smart men should be appropriately delicate. I'll rub it for you. Okay, please be gentle." Tang Yunren continued to rub Zhang Che's chin distressedly, and in such a hurry, she had no time to care about her current posture with Zhang Che. Zhang Che frowned and pretended to be in pain, but in fact, the villain in his heart had already grown wings and was flying. He had discovered before that Tang Yunren's figure was really not that good, but now he could finally feel the feeling of being pressed to the chest and being suffocated. Just as Zhang Che continued to enjoy it, a knock on the door suddenly sounded. "Xiaoran, what happened? My second brother is here." Tang Yunren looked towards the door nervously. Zhang Che also recognized Tang Phelan's voice. Speaking of which, he would never forget his second brother-in-law's voice for the rest of his life. Every time his three uncles came to trouble him, his second brother-in-law was the only one who didn't take any action. Of course, the reason why he was deeply impressed by his second brother-in-law was not because he did not thank him less. Instead, Tang Phelan always stood aside and watched the battle, giving technical guidance to Tang Faimu and Tang Faizan. "Brother, kick his legs. Third brother, if you press his hand behind your back, it will clog his joints. Brother, you started too lightly. It's best to kick his legs off so that he won't bully Xiaoran." Things like that. He is a ruthless character who talks but does not use his hands. "Get down quickly." Zhang Che looked at Tang Yunren lying in his arms and said. After hearing what Zhang Che said, Tang Yunren realized that she was still in Zhang Che's body. His face was suddenly stained with flying clouds, and he quickly climbed down from Zhang Che's body. Dang dang, the sound of knocking on the door sounded again. Xiaoran, Xiaoran, there was such a big movement just now. Could it be that Xiaoran fell down? Now she didn't respond to him. Could it be that she fell unconscious and passed out? Thinking of this, Tang Phelan became increasingly worried. Shaoran, if you don't open the door, why don't you go in? Quick, quick, hide. Tang Yunren said anxiously. Where to hide? Zhang Che originally wanted to hide under the bed, but when he lifted the sheets, he saw that the bed was solid and no one could be hidden underneath. The cabinet was full of clothes, and even a tall man like him, who was over 80 meters tall, couldn't hide in it. At this time, Tang Phelan took the spare key and opened the door. Tang Yunren lifted the quilt and shouted to Zhang Che in a low voice, "Hurry, hurry, hurry." Seeing that the door was about to open, Zhang Che couldn't care so much anymore and quickly jumped on the bed and got into bed. Wait, shoes, shoes. Zhang Che got out of bed again and stuffed the men's slippers he had just worn into the closet, then quickly jumped onto the bed and got under the covers. As soon as it was closed, the door opened from the outside. Tang Yunren pretended to be awakened by silence, rubbed her eyes, and poked half of her head out of the bed. Second brother, what's wrong? Tang Phelan looked around the room with doubtful eyes, but didn't see anything unusual. I kept knocking on the door of your room just now, why didn't you open the door? Ah, you knocked on my door. I don't know. I was too sleepy and fell asleep just now, and the thunder was so loud, I didn't hear it. There is nothing wrong with what Tang Yunren explained. Ha ha. Tang Yunren let out a sleepy ha ha. Then you go on sleeping. Second brother, good night. As soon as Tang Phelan took a step forward, his eyes were caught by the bulging quilt. After Tang Yunren noticed where Tang Phelan's eyes were locked, she carefully, dong 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 dong, started to beat faster like a drum. Zhang Che hid under the quilt and was very close to Tang Yunren. He could clearly feel Tang Yunren's rapidly beating heart. Coupled with the quiet atmosphere at this moment, although he couldn't see it now, he could still guess that something was unusual. Thinking of this, Zhang Che began to feel nervous. Shaoran, what is this? As soon as Tang Phelan said these words, Tang Yunren and Zhang Che felt their hearts in their throats at the same time. It's me, it's the stuffed bear I bought. The thunder was so loud that I was a little scared to sleep, so I held the stuffed bear in my arms. It's much safer. Tang Yunren tried her best to keep herself calm. Tang Phelan kept staring at the bulge in the quilt. Is such a big stuffed bear comfortable for you to hold? It's very comfortable. It's very comfortable. I can sleep well while holding it. Oh, then you can sleep. Now Tang Phelan stopped asking any more questions and closed the door for Tang Yunren when he left the room. Tang Yunren exhaled a long breath, she was so nervous. Tang Yunren remembered that Zhang Che was still covered by the quilt, and quickly opened the quilt. Looking at Zhang Che's red face, Tang Yunren quickly used her hand as a fan to fan Zhang Che in front of him. Is it too hot? A bit. Zhang Che lay on the bed and didn't want to get up. Girls' beds are just different, the quilts and sheets are fragrant, unlike men like them. Either it has no smell, or it has a peculiar smell. As he thought about it, Zhang Che felt very sleepy and wanted to sleep. Zhang Che, Zhang Che. As soon as Zhang Che closed his eyes, he heard Tang Yunren's calling voice ringing in his ears. Zhang Che raised his heavy eyelids and looked at Tang Yunren. Tang Yunren saw something wasn't right about Zhang Che's appearance and reached out to Zhang Che's forehead. It's so hot. You have a fever. Zhang Che raised his forehead and touched it himself. It was indeed very hot. No wonder I feel so sleepy. Also, when I fell down just now, my feet slipped partly, and my legs were weak. You wait, I'll get the medicine. Zhang Che looked at Tang Yunren working anxiously for him, thinking that this was how she had taken care of him when he was sick in his previous life. The quilt holding Tang Yunren was fragrant and soft. If only I could stay and sleep tonight. Of course, he knew very well that he could only think about this kind of thing. They are still only 18-year-old college students, and it is inappropriate for a man and a woman to sleep together. What if it becomes a fire? The medicine is here. Tang Yunren poured a cup of hot water, put it to her mouth and tasted it. She felt that the temperature was okay, and then handed it to Zhang Che. Zhang Che sniffed his pantothenic nose, sat up with some difficulty, took the water from Tang Yunren's hand, and drank the medicine. It's getting late, I have to go back. Zhang Che said as he lifted the quilt. How can you drive when you are so sick? What if I sleep here? As soon as Zhang Che said these words, Tang Yunren's face suddenly turned red. Okay, I won't tease you anymore, I'm going back. Zhang Che got off the bed, his legs a little swaying. Tang Yunren looked at Zhang Che's back, struggling in her heart. But if he didn't go back, Zhang Che would have no choice but to sleep on her bed. Zhang Che turned around and looked at Tang Yunren. Please look out for the wind for me. I'm afraid I'll meet your family directly when I go out. Yes. Tang Yunren nodded, came to Zhang Che's side, and walked out of the room first. The lights in the living room were turned off, and only the lights in the room shone in. My parents should be asleep. Good. Zhang Che didn't waste any time and quickly put on his shoes and went out. Don't send me off, just go back to sleep. Tang Yunren was very worried about Zhang Che and felt very anxious. Zhang Che closed the door and went downstairs alone. The rain outside was really heavy, and it turned into a curtain of rain. My head is still a little groggy, and it is not suitable to drive in this state. Fortunately, it is very close to their home from here, and it only takes a few minutes to drive. Otherwise, it will easily cause a traffic accident. Zhang Che. Tang Yunren's voice suddenly sounded from behind. Zhang Che turned around and saw that Tang Yunren was wearing slippers. Obviously, she ran down in a hurry to chase her. Why did you get down? It's raining heavily. Tang Yunren looked outside and said with a frown. I know it's raining heavily. Even if you come down, the rain won't let up. You'd better go back quickly. I mean, can you wait until the rain subsides before going back? Zhang Che could see Tang Yunren's worry. I listen to you. I'll stay in the car for a while. When the rain subsides, I'll drive back. When Tang Yunren heard what Zhang Che said, she felt relieved. Zhang Che opened the car door and sat in. Looking at Tang Yunren, who was still standing at the door and refusing to go back, he said with emotion, how stupid. Of course. Zhang Che shouted. The rain was so heavy that Tang Yunren didn't hear clearly what Zhang Che was saying, but she just felt that he was calling her. Ah, come over. Zhang Che waved to Tang Yunren. Tang Yunren looked at Zhang Che's waving gesture, acted more than thought, and ran towards the car. Close the car door quickly. Bang, sound. The car door is closed tightly. There were only two of them in the car. In the narrow space, they could hear each other's breathing. Somewhat fast, somewhat heavy. Want to listen to music? Zhang Che felt Tang Yunren's nervousness. Zhang Che remembered that Tang Yunren liked to listen to the song, Qian Qian, in his previous life, so he downloaded it specially. As the music played, Tang Yunren's eyes suddenly lit up. It's Qian Qian, right? Do you also like to listen to this song? She remembered Zhang Yuan saying that her brother didn't have much musical talent, so he rarely listened to music. Of course, just because you rarely listen to music doesn't mean you don't listen to music anymore. I quite like it, not only that song, but also the singer who sang it. Zhang Che is tone deaf and never pays attention to any songs, let alone singers. He does this just to suit his liking. Really, me too. I really like that singer. Although he is not tall, his positive experiences of struggle are enough to fill a book. Tang Yunren became more and more excited as she talked. With Tang Yunren chatting with him, Zhang Che no longer felt like he had a headache. It feels better than taking medicine. And the atmosphere right now is particularly suitable for chatting. The rain was pouring outside, and there was no other noise to disturb them. It was just a small world for the two of them. Yeah, it's already 12 o'clock. Tang Yunren suddenly said something. It was not even 11 o'clock when she got in the car just now, and it felt like she hadn't even had a few words of conversation yet. How come it had been more than an hour? Tang Yunren had never felt that time passed so quickly. Do you still have a fever? Tang Yunren said and put her hand on Zhang Che's forehead. The fever is finally gone. After Tang Yunren breathed a sigh of relief, she looked out the car window. The rain has also become significantly lighter. Almost, I'm leaving, Zhang Che said. After hearing Zhang Che's words, Tang Yunren's eyes dimmed instantly, and her eyes were full of reluctance. Tang Yunren's expression fell all over Zhang Che's eyes. Then be careful on the road, Tang Yunren said and reached for the doorknob. Wait a minute, Zhang Che called to Tang Yunren. What's wrong? Tang Yunren turned back and looked at Zhang Che. There's something dirty in your hair. Ah, Tang Yunren raised her hand subconsciously. Don't move, I'll help you. After Zhang Che finished speaking, he approached Tang Yunren directly without giving Tang Yunren a chance to react. Kissed Tang Yunren on the head. In fact, there was nothing dirty on Tang Yunren's head. He deliberately found an excuse just to kiss Tang Yunren secretly. Tang Yunren's pupils suddenly dilated. Just now. What just happened? Zhang Che kissed her. He kissed her. Or is it her illusion? This illusion is like sitting in a classroom and always feeling like someone of the opposite gender is staring at you. So was it an illusion or did Zhang Che really kiss her? Okay, take it off. Zhang Che swung his hand quickly. When Tang Yunren looked at it intently, there was nothing in Zhang Che's hand. What's on it? Tang Yunren couldn't help but ask. It should be the fibers on the clothes, right? Zhang Che replied very calmly. Tang Yunren observed Zhang Che carefully, trying to detect any unusual clues on Zhang Che's face, but failed in the end. Zhang Che's expression didn't change much. So it turned out to be her illusion. Let's leave quickly while the rain stops. Okay. Be careful on the road. Okay. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. After Zhang Che drove home, he habitually took out his cell phone and took a look at it before going to bed. Only then did he realize that Li Hao had called him several times and sent him several messages. Without looking, Zhang Che knew why Li Hao sent the message. She was just worried about his and Tang Yunren's situation. It's too late. His fever has just gone away. I'll reply to his message tomorrow. Go to bed first. Just as Zhang Che was about to put his phone aside, he received a message from Tang Yunren. Are you home yet? As soon as Zhang Che saw that it was Tang Yunren who had sent the message, he suddenly lost all sleepiness. He replied immediately without any delay, already in bed. Then go to sleep. Good. Good night. This good night was sent by Tang Yunren first. Seeing the good night dynamic picture sent by Tang Yunren, Zhang Che couldn't help but raise the corners of his mouth. It seemed that the effect of saying, good night, to her every night was finally working. He did this just to make Tang Yunren develop a habit of not being able to sleep without him at night. Good night. Zhang Che also replied. No matter it was raining or windy outside that night, Zhang Che slept soundly. The next morning, the weather was very nice. Lao Zhang, why didn't you reply to the message I sent last night? Li Hao asked. It's not because of you that I almost broke up 2 pairs in one night. Then the school beauty Tang has forgiven you. If she hadn't forgiven me, could I talk to you properly now? It's okay. Li Hao breathed a sigh of relief. Luckily everything was fine, otherwise he would have been a sinner through the ages. How are you? Zhang Che looked at Li Hao and asked. In total, this was Li Hao's first serious love affair. During the period when he was dating Mei Xin, he frantically told him how good his Xingxin was. He kept talking about Xingxin all the time. In the end, he was just the spare tire raised by the other party. What can I do? I think it will be difficult for anything worse than this to happen in the future. No, if he doesn't stop you this time, what will happen in the future will be thousands of times worse than it is now. Zhang Che put his hand on Li Hao's shoulder and patted it. If you don't let go of the old, don't let the new come in, try to be more open. I've figured it out, Li Hao said with emotion. That's good. I will never fall in love again. If I fall in love again, I will become a monk. Is this called overthinking? Why can't I think about it? Lao Zhang, don't try to persuade me. In fact, there is a secret that I have never told anyone. Li Hao's words made Zhang Che very curious. Li Hao has always been an outspoken person and would speak out if he had anything to say. Could Li Hao have a secret? He had never heard Li Hao mention it in his previous life. What secret? Once, on the way home from school, I saw a blind man setting up a fortune-telling stall, saying he could tell your last name without even opening your mouth. Do you believe this too? Of course I didn't believe it, and then I went to him to forget it. Quote. Then what? Then he first asked me to find out where my last name was on several pieces of paper. He told me that I didn't need to tell him which word it was. At that time, I thought to myself, is it really that magical? Do you think you have too much money to spend? To be honest, my mother just gave me pocket money, which is indeed quite a lot. Quote. What's the end? In the end, he really figured out that my surname is Li. Do you think it's magical or not? Zhang Che shook his head speechlessly. What's so magical about this? All you need to do is arrange all the surnames into a square matrix. For example, there are 100, arranged in 10 rows, with 10 in each row. Then copy each line of words onto a card and name each card with an odd number. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Then copy the words in each column onto a card and name each card with an even number. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. In this way, he has 20 cards on hand, and any combination of odd-numbered cards and any even-numbered cards has only one surname repeated. In this case, the preparation of the props is completed. Then, after he memorizes the square array, that is, the hundreds of surnames, he will find more people to practice his skills. Once he can make it 100% error-free, he can set up a stall to tell people's fortunes. Quote. Really? Li Hao looked at Zhang Che with suspicion. Fortune-telling is supposed to be a matter of metaphysics, but why has it become a mathematical problem when it comes to Zhang Che? Lao Zhang, don't bully me because I'm not good at math. I didn't get the proficiency test to get into Zhang University. I got in purely through my connections and money. Is this something worth showing off? Zhang Che twitched the corner of his mouth speechlessly. Let me ask you, did he ask you to find the one with your last name first? How do you know? Actually, if you find the one with the surname on it, it means telling him which row of the square he is in. The more Li Hao listened, the more he felt that it was like that. Then he gives you another one and asks you to find out your last name. In fact, this is equivalent to telling him which column in the square matrix, which is the number of characters. Finally, he pretends to be sophisticated and measures your finger. This so that he has enough time to figure it out. After Zhang Che finished speaking, he found Li Hao looking at him with wide eyes. Lao Zhang, tell me the truth, how did you know? He just has eaten more salt than you have eaten rice, Zhang Che replied in his heart. I see. What do you know? I know, have you ever seen a fortune teller before? Thinking too much. Then how did you know? Don't worry about how I know for now. Let me ask you, are you really not going to fall in love all your life because of a scumbag? I haven't finished what I just said. Li Hao took a 500 milliliters bottle of mineral water and drank it in one breath. I thought it was very magical, so I asked him to tell me my fortune. What's the point? Marriage. As a reborn person, Zhang Che knew very well what Li Hao's future marriage would be like, so he was curious about what the fortune teller said. The hexagram is very bad, and it says that I'd better not get married. Yo, the calculation is quite accurate. Then did he say that as long as you meet a noble person in your destiny will be broken? He is this noble man. That's not said. That means the level of fortune-telling is not good. Don't mention this anymore. I have a headache. I'm going to treat you to dinner today so that I can avoid losing money and avoid disaster. Okay, then I'm welcome to order a little more. Don't be polite to me, order whatever you want, preferably expensive. After an hour, I'm speechless too, Zhang Che said speechlessly. I'm sorry, I just remembered that all my money was lost by Mei Xin. In the hotel private room just now, Zhang Che ordered a lot of dishes at Li Hao's instigation, but when it came time to pay, he had no money. Next time I ask, my mother will give me pocket money next Friday. Today is only Sunday, Zhang Che emphasized. Ah, that's right, there are still a few days left. Lao Zhang, please lend me some time. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.